Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TV.
Lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. Hope you're doing well. Still overcast here in East Tennessee, but a little drier today, which is a good thing. Bob Baskerville joining me in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Bear and Walker Smith through the glass this afternoon as we get down to it. A lot of dreary eyes, droopy eyes in the office last night. Walker, you made it.
Yep,
you made it through, and you were
I
here.
Finished the race.
What time do you get here? Like 9 a.m.
I didn't know. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so I was able to sleep in the extra hour. It just worked out.
You all right?
Oh, I'm good. Just gonna put a little appointment, a little checkup.
I made it to, I think, the 17th inning. I think the last I checked, it was like 2 a.m. And next thing I know, it was morning.
I was snoring at 13.
Bob, how far did you make it?
I think I was asleep before all of y'all. I was, I think, like after 10 innings.
You only made it one extra inning?
Yeah, I was tired.
Oh.
Did it jump channels?
No, that there was a bit. I don't know if you guys got it. Fox 43 lost the game a couple times.
They just turned it off and went to the news, is what I heard.
They turned it.
I thought it was. Yeah.
I was streaming it, so I didn't realize, and I got some texts from a couple of buddies. It was like the local Fox affiliate just went to news.
Yeah, it started
in like the 10th inning.
Mm-hmm. It was like mid 14th. It was mid 14th inning, and then they go to a commercial break to start the next inning, and it just goes to the 10 o'clock news, and it plays it for like 20 to 30 minutes, and you missed a whole inning of action before they get it back. And then
brutal.
And it cuts out again later in like the 16th and goes to Family Feud or TMZ or something.
Well, see, here's the thing. I mean, this is the new age of localized broadcasting because everything is hubbed out. So that newscast was likely recorded, okay, and then it's handled by it. There's no master control for Fox 43.
It's
here
automated.
In it's in another city.
Oh wow.
And so it's probably an automation thing, and it was probably, everything is about doing it as inexpensively as possible with as few people as possible. And most times it works. This is an example where it didn't.
If you're Fox and, I don't, you're in management there, don't you have to have some communication at some, with your staff or with whoever the people are in those hubs and say, hey, World Series is on tonight. We have automated newscasts and things like that. We need to make sure that if this game goes to extra innings, or if we're doing a football game, if it goes to overtime, or if we're doing basketball, it goes to overtime, that
we don't cut away and piss off all our viewers.
Yeah, you would think so. What I can also attest is
because we would never make a mistake like that here at Fan Run Radio. I mean, we would always have all the bases covered, all the I's dotted, all the T's crossed.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, like 2 weeks ago on the show, something fired like that.
Yeah. No, this is real. What I know this for a fact, the general manager at the station locally is a friend of mine, and he is a huge sports fan. So I didn't talk to him today, but I bet you he was having a come apart about what happened, because
I mean, what the hell do you do at that point?
Well, you
get
just
on the phone.
Yeah, you just raise hell, man. There's,
somebody get fired for that?
Maybe, because do you
think it happened in other markets too?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that broadcast group that they're a part of, I think it's Lockwood. They have other affiliates, so it wouldn't impact some of these other stations, because they might be an ABC or NBC affiliate, not a Fox affiliate. So, yeah. Now, the other thing I can't speak to is I sit here and say, well, yeah, they likely lost ad revenue, but maybe they didn't, because I don't know how you're structuring commercial time for a game that's essentially twice as long as what you billed for. So, maybe those were just value added spots anyway, but still it's a bad look. No matter what.
Well, once we got to the 13th, 14th inning, it was the same 3 ads in the same order for every break.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how many, because I mean, I'm obviously a pretty big sports fan, and I didn't make it through. So I wonder how many people made it all the way through.
Probably, they were concentrated, I would imagine, in Toronto and on the West Coast, because the game ended at what out there, like midnight?
Right around midnight.
Yeah. Remember the announcer said something about as we approach the midnight hour.
I've only seen it once. Was it, it barely cleared the, to me, it was not as, and we'll see, time will tell the tale, but not as iconic as Kirk Gibson and was that 88 off Eckersley. I mean, that was, you had the call and everything. I mean, that was almost, I only watched it once when I got up this morning, and it almost seemed like shock/relief.
It was
that it's finally over.
Well, I mean, it's not even Freddie Freeman's biggest World Series home run in the past calendar year. The Grand Slam in Game 1 last year, the guy just hits bombs.
Gibson's will always be the most iconic, because they were that was Game 1, and they were massive underdogs to Oakland in that series.
And just the narrative of he's hurt and he can't run.
Right. I mean, that's to me the most memorable.
He could jog.
Yeah. Then they showed Tommy Lasorda bound, jumping up and down and running out.
Who was I don't believe what I just saw.
Jack Buck.
Yeah.
Joe's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just amazing. All-time call. So an all-time baseball game, all-time moment. Congratulations to those of you who, like Walker, made it to the end. But
it was a great game.
Yeah.
Some unbelievable plays. That throw Vladdy had from first to gun that guy down at third. What inning was that? Like 7th or 8th?
I mean,
they were in a jam there.
That was in the first game. The first game was great. The second game that was played was not good. I mean, if you think about it, it was 0-0 baseball for 9 innings.
Somebody had talked to him, or Dave Roberts, about, I think if they had gone back in for a 19th inning, he said that he was out of pitchers. They were going to use a positional player to pitch. He wasn't sure which one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Dodgers fan, and the guy who pitched the last 4 innings, Klein, I've never heard of him.
Mm-mm.
Never.
You can't sacrifice the rest of the.
Well, I mean, what does it do for? Yeah, I mean, they play again at 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah. Means Shohei and Shane Bieber are going to have to pitch. Like, they know they have to go like 7 innings. Which, I mean, Shohei, who knows if Shohei has that in his legs tonight? You play 18 innings. It's a long game. Yeah. Although all he was doing was walking the last 9 innings.
Yeah, he's not getting another ball he can hit, I don't think. You think?
It depends on the situation.
Late in games, no. Yeah. Unless, I mean, if he comes up.
I think they try him early. I mean, like, if he's tired now, I mean, like, maybe, I think you go to pitch to, like, obviously they'll pitch to him in the first inning, I would think, and then just kind of see what happens.
It'll be situational from there. But, like, once it gets to the end of the game, because they kept catching Shohei coming up early in the innings. Like, it was always the first or second batter, so they would have the open base to walk them. Be interesting to see what they do if they came out like with 2 guys on, 2 outs, down 1 or something like that.
On base 9 times.
Yep.
Last night, which I assume is a World Series record.
I would think so. Yeah. 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 walks, 4 of them intentional. I mean, that's a crazy line.
I don't know who loves him more, you or McClure.
Yeah, it was a record.
And you both say the same things about him, and it's kind of a little weird at times with you guys. But
yeah, well,
are you a Shohei denier? You don't think he's?
Well, no, it's just I spend 3 hours a day with Bob, listening to Bob and Walker chiming in on Shohei, and then if I hang out with Cody away,
I don't
from
think
work,
we've ever talked about Shohei on the show before. Maybe once or twice.
They've talked about it with me a lot recently.
I mean, what do you is greatest player of the modern era?
Of the modern era?
Yeah. Of all time? I mean,
no, that's what I'm trying to think about. I think it's so hard to compare back to
like post World War II.
Yeah. I mean, but no, I mean, I think I know a lot of people would say Barry Bonds. Again, it's a little tainted.
The pitching puts it over the top for me.
Yeah,
I don't know that Barry Bonds gets walked 5 times.
No, that's what I was going to say. He certainly got walked a lot, but not 5 times in a game. And of course, the length of the game contributed to that. But he's up there, man. He has got to be up there. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some hyperbolic statements out there that he's the greatest player of all time and all this other stuff. I don't know about that, but he's
up there with. Like I said, I admitted that he's a great – right now, I can't think of anybody in the past 20, 25 years, but he's definitely going to working on putting his name up there with Aaron, Williams, Ruth.
Well, it's almost comical of like if you do pitch to him, you think, okay, well, he can't keep doing it. He can't keep getting away with it. And like if you throw him a strike, chances are he's going to hit it really hard.
The first one he hit last night, he turned on his hands. He backed up and hit it. God, he's just.
I mean, I'll admit, I enjoy. I mean, that crazy. He holds his bat like a samurai sword. He's just standing back there. Racist. No, it's really. I mean, just standing there or the 2 things pop through my head: samurai, and then Battle of the with Jon Snow, where he pulls his sword out. And he's just getting ready to take on everybody. Man, he's quick.
And the other, I think I've said this before, but I mean, and it was just 1 season, but he had a 50 stolen base season too.
Yeah. There's not a part of baseball that he is bad at.
Yeah.
No one, I don't think anyone in the history of the game, maybe Babe Ruth has been able to say that. There's something that there's nothing he's not good at.
What a talent. What a talent. We'll see if Tony Vitello can solve him in the NL West. Next year. All right, we got Ryan Shumpert coming up from Rocky Top Insider in just a few minutes to talk to about all things Tennessee sports. I mean, we can hit him up on basketball and baseball, but obviously the big thing on everybody's mind this week is, can Tennessee notch what would undoubtedly be the biggest win of the season so far? Beating Oklahoma. I don't think they're not a top 10 team. They're coming in a little bit wounded after Lane got them up there in Norman, but still a force to be reckoned with, a traditional power, and obviously a lot of dudes who will probably be playing in the NFL on this roster that are coming in here this weekend. And we all know what the game means to not only Josh Heupel, but Halsley, Willie Martinez, coach for a couple of years at Oklahoma. You've got Seth Littrell now on the staff, who was the OC there for half a season last year before he got canned. And Landry Jones is on this team. Like just a lot of Oklahoma flavor to our coaching staff. So a game that is just steeped in narrative, and Tennessee will definitely want to impress before the national TV audience in the dark mode and everything that we're going to see Saturday.
And I think I heard this correctly. You guys check me if I'm wrong. This would be Tennessee's first win against a team with a winning record.
Ooh. Yes, it would.
Well, like I said, it'll be
it's critical.
It is critical. Bob, a not so wise man once said that.
It's critical.
But we'll see if Tennessee is up to the challenge this Saturday. And, of course, setting up a big week here on Fan Run Radio as we turn our attention to Halloween at Calhoun's all day. Come out and get signed up for the box. Your last chance in person to register for the Fan Run box. We're giving it away at 6 p.m. live on the air at Calhoun's on the River. What's in the thing? I don't know. You don't know. We're about to find out. Somebody's going to win a lot of stuff. I know that. Come down for lunch with Basilio. William Pattison in the playbook is going to be there live from 1 to 3. Of course, we'll be there from 3 until 6 p.m. We've got CG coming by. We've got JG coming by. We've got other folks coming by. I mean, it's going to be
a situation down there.
Yep.
I also was listening to our boy Tony B earlier. I wasn't aware that you were sitting in with the Fountain City Ramblers after the drive.
I wasn't aware either.
And apparently Bob Baskerville is also going to be singing backups.
Let's go.
He said I was going to be doing the set list, and then he said, or maybe just singing a selection of Barry White songs. I'm not sure. I now know that Tony has never heard me sing for even recommending me for something like that.
I heard the same.
And he talked about Russell like he was the second coming of Eric Clapton on the guitar.
That's great.
I mean, been known to pick a little.
Well, it sounds like he's going to be counting on you. So
I almost peeked in that box.
Well, I got to bounce as soon as 6:00 because I got to get back for trick or treating with the young man because I've got one costume for the show on Friday, and then I've got to get back and get into costume with my little buddy because we're going to be a duo out there on these mean streets of West Knoxville.
Nice,
getting that candy.
What's y'all's costume?
He's Mike Wazowski and I'm Sully.
Oh, that's awesome. It's adorable.
You should see his costume. It's crazy. It's one of those things with the fan inside and everything. I give him about 45 minutes in that thing before he's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun walking around in for too long.
So Calhoun's on the river, the iconic Calhoun's on the river. We'll be out there at the Vol Navy and everything as we kick off fall and Halloween fan run style. And that box giveaway, man, everywhere I go, people want to know what's in the box. Y'all leave me alone. I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. We have speculated endlessly. I don't think could be anything in it that we haven't guessed yet. But y'all come on down, find out, get registered, see if you can't win it for yourself.
I thought about taking a peek in there when I was coming through.
It's locked up, man. You can't.
I looked up and saw the boss man watching me too. Yeah. Bypass it and go on by.
I mean, what are you going to do? Like break out a crowbar and wrench that thing open?
Well, it's got all those latches. I was looking at them.
They're like soldered shut. I mean,
I didn't look that close.
I've tried to get in too. It's an impenetrable fortress. Stay with us. The drive continues. Ryan Shumpert, Rocky Top Insider. Coming up next, the Vols, a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Sooners Saturday night in Neyland. How's it all going to unfold? Is Colton Hood going to be out there with the boys? We'll talk to Shump about it coming up next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Join Fan Run Radio for a super spooky Halloween party at Calhoun's on the River this Friday starting at 11 a.m. Tony Basilio will be broadcasting live from the deck from 11 to 1, followed by William Pattison and the Playbook from 1 to 3, and The Drive from 3 to 6. Stop by for lunch or dinner and sign up for the Fan Run Box, which we'll be giving away at 6 p.m. live on the air. It's the Dark Mode Can't Miss Halloween special that'll have you more scared than John Mateer trying to get away from Josh Josephs in front of 100,000. Halloween, live from the iconic Calhoun's on the River this Friday. Be there.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Central High School wide receiver Torin McAfee. McAfee helped lead Central to a wild 40-39 win over William Blount last week. McAfee had 9 catches for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Bobcats improved to 7-2 on the season. Central High School's Torin McAfee, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM, online, fanrunradio.com, and on your free Fan Run app. We are streaming live worldwide, a variety of ways for you to experience the program today. Go check out the podcast if you miss any of it, brought to you by our friends over at Broadway Carpets. Ryan Shumpert is on the line. Of course, he of RockyTopInsider.com. Good afternoon, Shump. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm back where we talked last week at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, watching a little fall scrimmage. I got some of the glass and the windows put in on the suites over here at the stadium, so progress coming along. A good start to the Josh Elander era, I guess.
The house that Tony Vitello built is coming along swiftly. Very exciting. And this is one of the special times of the sports calendar, Shump, because it's total UT Big Orange convergence where you've got football, basketball, baseball news all happening simultaneously. Keeps a man like you busy, I would guess.
That would be accurate. It does, but fun for sure too. So no shortage of sports to cover and stuff to talk about.
Hey, Ryan, my first question before we get into the nuts and bolts of things. I only for the first time in this commercial break preceding you just saw the video for the dark mode uniforms, the Tron inspired thing. Have you seen this?
I did, yes.
That is badass, man.
Elite.
I have to say. That's like one of the best I've ever seen.
The one Tron they did inspired? Last year with like the fungus thing kind of growing. Yeah. Shout out to the media team. They're killing it with the dark mode stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because the one last year I thought was one of, they're not that I'm an expert, not that I scour every single one of those videos, but I felt like it was one of the best videos they put out all of last year, and certainly this one was too. So they've been killing it with the dark mode releases.
Okay, here's the question for football. We'll start there because we already had listeners asking. And I know that it's kind of like in the vault, so to speak, when it comes to getting injury information. But are you hearing any movement on Colton Hood's status?
No, I said this to Bear before we came on. I'm probably not the best one to talk football this week because I've just been very little locked in on it, much more on the baseball and the basketball front. So, no, I haven't heard a ton. Obviously, he didn't play much in the second half, which certainly was not a good trend. But, I don't know anything specifically as it pertains to what he's going to be able to do Saturday.
So that's up in the – I mean, what happens – we were talking yesterday, do you just play former walk-on William Wright, or do you maybe kick McMurray out there and play Boo, who has obviously got his own set of issues going on? How do you think you attack that if you're Tim Banks and Willie Martinez Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I'd probably slide McMurray out there and just hope the talent wins out. But, from just what we've seen them do this year, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to think they're going to do that. I think they'll roll with William Wright, maybe Trey Petit or one of those other freshmen get some run too, but that would be my expectation of what happens if Colton Hood cannot go.
I saw a soundbite from John Mateer because we had this debate yesterday. Look, we all have talked about the situation with the defense off the heels of what we saw Saturday night against Kentucky. And people are like, well, Mateer's not all the way back. Mateer, and he's probably just saying the right things, but he is a gamer. And he's kind of like, this is not about my thumb at this point. He goes, it's on me to just, get back into rhythm and play better. Do we worry about John Mateer, like a re-breakout game in this one?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Tennessee's pass defense hasn't been very good. Their defense has given up a lot of yards this season. So, to me, I think it has more to do with that. I would argue, even when Mateer was playing well earlier this season, Oklahoma's offense as a whole still wasn't very good. So, I've been pretty low on Oklahoma all season. And certainly Mateer, I did think, was one of the positives. He played better than I expected early in the season and has not as of late. So, I don't know if that's just, the element of, put your big orange cup on and expect for him to have a breakout party because he's playing Tennessee. I don't necessarily know that, but certainly Tennessee has struggled to slow down just about anybody throwing the ball this year. So certainly it's possible he has a game that looks better than his last couple have.
Did you guys see the video of Kiffin asked about just going after poor Brent Venables, man? The guy's just trying to hang on. Coaches are falling left and right in the SEC. Guy has a close loss to Lane Kiffin, and then Kiffin just goes up there and cuts a promo on him yesterday, man. What this Kiffin guy, he's something else.
Yeah, he is. I was wondering, have y'all seen the clip of Venables saying it? Like, I wonder if it, just the tone in which he made the original message. Because I thought that was crazy on its own. I watched the game. I thought Ole Miss was clearly the better team. If anything, I thought Ole Miss should have won by more. So, I don't blame Lane Kiffin. That was funny. I got a kick out of it. But I'm curious the way Venables, made the original comment, kind of the tone and what exactly he was implying.
Want to talk a little baseball? Because it sounds
why not?
You've been immersed. All's well that ends well, I guess. Because boy, it wasn't long ago we were very concerned. At least we were here coming off the press conference with Danny White last week, etc. Wanted to go through his process, etc. But here we are, lo and behold, a week later, and we have Josh Elander in place. It feels like all is right with the world. What's your vibe that you're seeing at this point after the press conference yesterday? What you saw from the video with the team over the weekend, et cetera. I mean, it's just like full steam ahead at this point. And my other question is, I know I shouldn't be asking two questions, but I'm going to anyway. This open position, do you think that this is going to be like an internal search to get another assistant, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'll go down the list. One thing I'll add to, I think in the end, Danny White did a really good job with the search. Like, I don't blame him for going out and seeing what was out there and seeing if he felt like he could poach an extremely proven sitting head coach or anything like that. I thought my big thing was, if you're going to do that, you just have to move quick on everything. Right. And they did that. They went out, saw what the options were, obviously talked to a couple people, and 72 hours later had a decision and rolled with Elander. And it, I don't think it did anything to hurt the momentum inside the program or to make it feel like Elander wasn't their first choice or anything like that. Which is, I don't think that was, I do think that Elander very much impressed them in the interview process, and they felt good going forward with him after that. So from that aspect, I think Danny White handled it well. Just the team, I do think it is pretty full steam ahead. Obviously, this is the guy that they wanted. It's the guy that everybody in the program wanted. And Elander said it a couple of times yesterday, and this kind of ties into the question about the open assistant coach spot too, is we're going to go full steam ahead to finish fall, and then we're going to take a look at some more of the big picture stuff. So they'll wrap up fall practice next weekend with the Orange and White World Series. And then I think they'll address some of the more changing roles, evolution of what the program's going to look like, some of the small tweaks that they are going to make. But for right now, it kind of feels business as usual. Josh Elander didn't just outright say it would be someone in-house, but he did heavily imply it. So I expect it to be someone in more of, the low-level assistant coaches, the support staff role to get bumped to that third assistant.
We're talking with Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com this afternoon here on The Drive. And Shump, for fans of college baseball who might have questions about the wisdom of going with Elander and just promoting from within, they'll point to Michael Early, right? Last year at Texas A&M, another young coach with no head coaching experience who ascends to the top job after the highly successful head coach leaves for another job. Why will Josh Elander be more successful at Tennessee than Michael Early is at Texas A&M?
Well, certainly every situation is different. I think a lot of Early staff went with Schlossnagle to Texas. I think that's something that makes this situation different. I think, too, Josh Elander is maybe, if not more experienced, and look, I don't want to speak a ton to Michael Early because I don't know him well, but, I feel like Elander was a more sought-after head coaching option by other top schools compared to what Michael Early was at Texas A&M. Maybe I'm off on that, but that's the feel I've had, and that's what I've said to other people and wrote last week. Whether it's at Tennessee or not, Josh Elander is going to be a head coach in this conference before too long. So I think that's, to me, a big part of it too. And then, who knows? Each situation is different. It might not work out great for Elander, but I don't think it'll be because Tennessee just made a rash decision to promote from within. I think Elander's bona fide. He's proven that he's ready for this opportunity, and certainly the tell will be in what ends up happening. But I think there's a lot of reason to believe in him.
What would you give him for a letter grade in yesterday's press conference? Because it's one of those deals when you come out like that, there's like one opportunity, in my opinion, to go and get everybody like, oh my God, this is it. This was the right guy. I thought I maybe not necessarily nailed it, but I thought he was pretty strong in his presentation and the words he said and everything else. But what was your take?
Yeah, I think I kind of landed exactly where you said, Bob. Like, I'd maybe give him a B+. Like, I thought he was just really solid. He didn't say anything crazy, or, there wasn't a bunch of awesome sound bites or something like that are just going to make people want to run through a brick wall. But I think he said the right things, and he said it in the right tone. And I thought, being in that room, the message of everybody that was there from the program, whether that be other coaches, and obviously all the players, spoke very loudly. So I thought he did a real nice job. I thought, he's got some media experience because one Tony Vitello has been ejected and suspended from his fair share of games over the last 8 years, and Elander had to step in and do that stuff. So, I felt like he would be pretty good, but he's very coherent in making the points that he wants to make, while also not being short in doing it. So I thought he did a good job, and again, maybe didn't just hit a home run or anything, but was very, very solid, and I think there was a lot to like from what he had to say.
Can't wait to see him get a little hot under the collar of some of these umps and really lose his mind. He looks like a guy who could flip that switch real quickly, and that's important. As we saw, you got to get Ross Kivett or whoever a chance to manage and get his name out there a little bit, keep the pipeline going.
That's exactly right. But yeah, no, that'll be interesting. His personality, his disposition is definitely a little bit more calm. He's been the calm one on the staff. When you're talking about like someone about like Kivett, who's kind of can be very fiery. Obviously, we know Tony was that. We know Frank Anderson was that. So Elander was a little bit more of a little bit more cool, a little bit more even kill. But that was something that, I asked former players about last week when I was talking to them for stuff. I was like, he is that, but he'll get on you. Don't make no bones about it. When he needs to flip a switch, he'll flip a switch, and he'll be all over us.
Do we think he's tougher looking with the beard or without it?
Oh, definitely with the beard.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think the beard will be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got to bring that bad boy back. That is a intense beard Josh Elander is known to sport, as we visit with Ryan Shumpert this afternoon here on the program. Ryan, again, all three major sports converging this week on Rocky Top. Any major takeaways? I know it's a fool's errand to try and do this too much after an exhibition game, but you did get to see Tennessee go up against a very good Duke team at Thompson-Boling on Sunday night. What were your thoughts after getting a chance to see this new look Vols team up close and in person?
No, you're right, Russell, because it's a lot of takeaways, but you're kind of hesitant to really go all in on it with the way some of these exhibition games go. So, look, I think it's a positive that Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament shot 10 of 40, and Tennessee was in the game and had a chance to win, because I would have thought Tennessee would have gotten beat pretty bad if that was the case. I couldn't be less worried about Jacoby Gillespie not having a good game, and I don't worry a ton about Nate Ament, but I do think you could see Nate Ament go through some learning curves and struggle at times early in the season. So, maybe I put a little bit more stock on that. Certainly by no means panics or anything like that. I thought Bishop Boswell playing 24 minutes was really interesting. I didn't see that coming. I think Rick Barnes just trusts him defensively, and I think right now on that side of the ball, he doesn't just have a ton of trust in Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament. So he wanted to go with the defense option he felt best about at the two guards. So, I wasn't shocked that he started him, but that he played that many minutes. He played what I think was the final 10.5 minutes of the game was surprising. And then just watching the guys in the front court, Dwayne Brown was really good. I've said that I feel like he's good, but I don't know if there's there's enough minutes for 5 of those guys in the front court. So we'll see what that looks like. I think the one thing I'll just say taking away from it, Jalen Carey is going to get 1 rebound in 11 minutes. He's got very little chance to help this team. So I feel like those two guys are competing for that 4th spot of playing time in the front court. And, Tennessee, I think, needs more aggression and more rebounding from Carey moving forward.
Back to Ament for a second. The one thing I noticed out there, I wanted to get your take because I know you watch this stuff closely as well. I felt, and I think Rick, it speaks to how comfortable Rick must be with Nate just trying to develop, but I feel it is a work in progress. As good as he is, as smooth as he is, it felt like when he was trying to just create on his own, it was almost like he wasn't physical enough. Duke was just not giving it to him. Now, when they ran offense through him and gave him a chance, where there was ball rotation and the next thing he breaks baseline, that type of thing. It was very different, but I think that's what I think we're going to have to temper expectations on with this kid, because he's special. There's no doubt, but we saw it that night. He's not quite there yet. The difference between him and Cameron Boozer, very different games, but boy, Boozer feels like he's already advanced. For sure. And I think, it's something you heard recruiting people talk about, that, Nate Ament largely ranked as a number 4 player in the country because of what I think he can be in 3-5 years, just as much as what he can be this next year. So, Boozer, I think, is probably closer to his ceiling than Ament is right now. So, yeah, I think the physicality is part of it. It's no surprise that, that's just something he hasn't seen before when you talk about facing Duke in kind of your first game like that. Right. And I think the other thing is you saw some of the concerns of the spacing of, him being able to have driving lanes when Tennessee's playing some of these lineups with 2 bigs like they're going to, but all the more so when you have Bishop Boswell at the 2 spot, and defenses just haven't had to respect him a ton on the perimeter. So tons of, I think, growing and learning Ament will do, but also a good bit from the Tennessee side of how to use him best to put him in positions to have success.
He is Ryan Shumpert of RockyTopInsider.com. Does a terrific job covering all things Tennessee athletics. Ryan, anything else on your mind or in your notebook that you want to share with us that maybe we didn't ask about this week before we let you run?
I don't think so. I'll try to be better equipped for the football stuff next week. But, I'd say I feel good about Tennessee's chances. The Colton Hood, the cornerback situation gives me a little bit of pause. But I think this is a pretty good matchup for Tennessee, and a game I feel pretty good about them winning on Saturday.
You need to break out an Amari Abrams headband for the next interview.
Man. I think Amari Abrams played like a 5 game probably out of 10, and I would give him like a 7 or 8 just because of how much I love to sit.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
the loose sleeves, the wrist, the bulky kind of wristband he had on his forearm, the knee socks. It was awesome.
That first shot,
stock up on him.
That first shot had to be nerves, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
He was just all jacked up and.
Young man has some elite drip. As the kid, are kids still saying that, Shump?
Oh, I think so. They were when I was a kid, but I think I'm graduating out of that a little bit now too.
All right, Ryan, we appreciate it, my friend. Enjoy the baseball practice, and we'll talk again with you soon.
Sounds good. I'll see you guys.
Thank you, sir. Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com. I mean, who would have thought 10 years ago that we'd be sending guys over there to cover baseball practice in October?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's as good as it gets, and he's like, I haven't done much football because we've been doing so much with baseball.
What makes that surreal is that this was after we lost a game. We could have, should have, maybe won against Alabama. And then we come back in after that, and, I mean, for 4 days we didn't talk about football at all.
Yeah, I think part of it, too, is, I don't want to be negative Nancy over here, but I think Heupel and just how buttoned up he is in comparison with all our other coaches. And it's just, there's not a lot of stuff to write about or talk about that comes out there. Like the Colton Hood story is the story this week, but we all know we ain't getting nothing, and we're not getting anything Wednesday. And those injury reports are not worth whatever they're printed on. And we're just going to have to tune in Saturday night to see whether the kid plays or not.
Yeah. But it is funny that was the only thing he said, I guess. How did he word it? Something like, I should just have to check the injury report on Wednesday night.
It's like, why? It's not going to say anything.
You're not going to tell us the truth there.
All right, quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio, 865-966-3435. If you want to jump in, call or text us today, 865-966-3435. Coming up, we talk about these troll jobs by Lane Kiffin in the media and the fantastic job UT did with the dark mode video and the Elander video on social media, just the changing landscape. Get your thoughts on these troll jobs that we see, these football games, when somebody wins and the winning Twitter account gets to just drag the other school online. Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamika Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Radio crew doing the thing on a Tuesday afternoon, wrapping up hour number 1. It's flying by. Yeah, man, I thought the UT social media team is on it. Now, I haven't noticed a ton. I know we did a little like cowbell thing after the win at Mississippi State. I don't know if we did anything after a Kentucky win. But these social media teams, and I'm not on TikTok and InstaFace and all that stuff, as you all know, but I'm on X a lot, and so that's where I see these things of like these just troll posts after a win. A&M did it to LSU. Like, they are in crisis right now. They're firing their coach. They don't know who's in charge. The governor is involved, and they've got some kid from A&M on their, million Twitter followers posting about here's your L, like handing out the L's and LSU.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that was pretty good.
There's been a lot of good ones. Did you by and large, of course, Lane got the last laugh, but the Oklahoma fans were doing the Gator chomp with Lane when he was coming off the field.
Boy, he brutalized Brent Venables.
Yeah, he did.
Do we like this? Is this all just good, clean, wholesome fun, or is sportsmanship just dead in America?
I gotta say, the entity I'm also associated with, our guy Shump is as well. Rick Butler slapped one up on Saturday night with a shot of an empty Kroger Field, and all it said was, "It's basketball season in Kentucky."
Yeah,
just which is simple, and it's probably been done 100 times before. But I mean, it's we got a few of those in.
Just there's part of me that thinks, oh man, this stuff is hysterical, and then there's part of me that sees like our political leaders just trolling.
Oh yeah,
the others on both sides, and it's just like you could just imagine Lincoln like, oh yeah, just dunking on John C. Breckenridge or somebody, online.
Yeah. Your grist mill is a mess, my friend. I have no idea what they would do.
FDR memes of him just rolling in his wheelchair over the competition, over at Wendell Wilkes or something.
Jesus.
Weigels whoever does the Weigels one has pretty good game.
Yeah.
And I really don't get that guy that Matt Jones tweeted out about the Kentucky fan. Like, what kind of motivation was that? Every time I see Tennessee, I
didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's some slack-jawed yokel up there at Kentucky, barely speak English.
Well,
this old man, and he's talking about how anytime he sees Tennessee orange, he poops his pants.
I'm glad. Well, they do.
That's what I was saying.
That's what
we enjoy about it. I'm glad, I said this yesterday, I'm glad that we've moved beyond dunking on Kentucky, that we've gotten back to, whatever, we beat Kentucky. Let's go on to the next one and try and get a real scalp to hang on our wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're trying to get they're trying to break out the greatest hits. I saw Nick Roush did the whole, they keep talking about the volleyball player, which of course is Nico, and it's like, don't know if you know, man, he's gone. The guy replaced him just kicked your ass too.
He's the number one quarterback in the SEC.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's not fun anymore, because it's fun to win any SEC game, but we got bigger fish to fry this weekend here at Neyland Stadium. So looking forward to it. Your thoughts, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the program this afternoon. Let's grab a call from Rusty. Good afternoon, Rusty.
Hey, gentlemen. I brought up something when y'all were talking to Ryan that I had thought about and wanted to get your guys' take on, your opinion on. The big difference I saw with the basketball game on Sunday, and I know it wasn't a game, it was a scrimmage, and Barnes treated it as so. But Boozer, they did a really good job of running their true offense, as opposed to just playing it like a scrimmage. And they isolated us and forced us to end up on, usually it was Phillips, sometimes it was like Para, ended up on the Boozer kid, and Boozer would get to the rim. And the big thing was, when he got to the rim, there was no help defender there, because they were spreading us out with other guys. And they were just leaving him to operate in the paint, where he was drawing just tons of fouls and going to the line all the time. And occasionally he was making a bucket there too. And Mint on the other end was getting to the paint and 3 or 4 feet from the basket just as much. But Akpara's defender, and usually the other bigs, Brown or Carter or Carey, whoever it was, their defenders were there to help every time a Mint got near the rim. When we get into real play, is Barnes going to correct that and find a way to not have so much help in the paint? When a guy like a Mint, who clearly has handles at 6'11" and can take pretty much anybody to the goal, but it's just whenever you see extra bodies in there, it's a problem. Will Barnes fix that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think Jean kind of touched on that too. It's going to be about how Tennessee spaces the floor. It's because you're right. It just felt like everything clogged up when Nate would try to take it to the hole where it was just himself off the dribble. When they ran offense for him, which was only a few times, but when they did, it felt like he was a little more dynamic. But I think I would assume Rick sees it too, and they're going to work on that.
I mean, can we get, if we're going to isolate a Mint, it's so hard to get myself trained to say a Mint, because that's how he prefers it, which is, it's his name. Would it be outlandish that Akpara, who makes a 3 earlier in the ball game, that we don't have him leave the paint and go to the perimeter and try to drag his defender out there? If they leave him wide open, you kick it to him and he shoots that 3 that he can make, it looks like. Same thing with JP. Can we not do that, Rick? Or is that, is that going to come along later down the road? Anyway, that was all I had today, was that take on it. Was, I think we're unfairly criticizing Mint, and because he wasn't given the same offensive structure on Sunday that Boozer was.
You touched on something else though too that we didn't talk about, but I think it's like the notion of, we only saw it once with Estrella, but if he can stay in the good graces of Rick and really be that stretch 5, kind of that trail 5, as Jimmy Dykes called it, I think that's another thing that can open things up. You saw the 2-man game with him and Cade Phillips too. So I think there's a lot there.
Thank you, Rusty. Geraldo is next. Good afternoon, Geraldo.
Sir, I am undercover in the Oklahoma message board.
Oh, dear.
So here's the thing. On X, they're very loud, vocal, cocky, kind of stirring things up this week very early, in my opinion. I don't know if you've kind of caught on to that, but they're very brash. They're very confident on X. But if you go behind the scenes on the message board, it is anything but that. They're predicting a huge blowout loss. They think that Ole Miss's defense was bad. They haven't seen ours yet. But, like, they just truly think that they will not be able to score on us. And it's truly shocking to see the difference in their attitude on X and what they're like behind closed doors.
Geraldo, I don't follow any Oklahoma people on X, so I haven't seen that, but I did sample some of their message board, and I was kind of with you. They don't seem to be fully confident in their team, and I think they should be more confident, particularly on offense. And then defensively, I mean, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country, but they don't seem to – they feel like they've hit a wall with this quarterback Mateer, and that his best football is behind him.
Yeah, and that's the vibe I'm getting too. They're already talking about replacing Brent Venable. It's like, are you guys insane? Do you know what the market's like for coaches right now? Like, you don't want to be in that position. But I'm getting the sense like they kind of want him to lose this week. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if they want that or not, because when they walk into Neyland Stadium this Saturday, I'm more worried about, are they going to get neutered Neyland? Or are they going to get borderline dangerous Neyland? I still don't know. I don't know where our fan base is. I'm afraid we're still neutered Neyland.
Oh, it's going to be fired up.
I agree.
It's a powder keg.
I don't know. I think they're still neutered. Everybody who's going there is a little sissy, in my opinion.
What do you? Is this part of your deep psyop that you're running here, throwing down a challenge right now?
Maybe, sir. Learn from the best. Learn from you, because I love you so much, and I listen to everything that you ever say, and I memorize it, and I write it down in a notebook every night before I go to bed.
That's a little weird.
Thanks, Geraldo.
Are you going to give us continued updates this week on what's going on the message boards? That's what I want to know.
I absolutely will. I'll bring you the best
awesome.
Post of the day every day.
Love it.
Thank you, Geraldo. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up next on many of these Fan Run affiliates. Walker Smith has the top 4 at 4 when we continue on The Drive.
The Drive.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wolko. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. The Top 4 at 4 is brought to you this afternoon by the Griffin Law Firm, bringing you voluntary reaction after every Tennessee football game. Going to be another late one this week. Shout out to Marshall G. and the Griffin Law Firm. Walker, what do you got?
At number 1, Tennessee transfer cornerback Colton Hood has been named a semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, honoring the nation's best defensive back. Hood is the third defensive back in the last 4 years to make the semifinalist cut. Jermod McCoy was a semifinalist a year ago, and Trayvon Flowers was a semifinalist in 2022.
I don't think Hood is going to win that award, but where is Brazel and the Bolitnikov? Like he's got to be in that conversation, right?
Yeah, I would think so. The other thing I was going to say is, because it took me a while when I used to see some of these headlines, I'd be excited about it. Oh, semifinalists, but it's semifinal, like it's a bunch of there's
like 20 semifinalists.
Yeah, there's
it's like 20.
Yeah, it's a lot,
So-
but still, it's cool. Yeah, you got to believe Brazel's very much in the running for Bolitnikov, it would seem.
Now, in the fan voting portion of that, I don't know how long that's been open, but nobody's within 50 percentage points of Brazel. He's got like 60% of the fan vote. Everybody else is like at 5.
At number 2, the SEC has asked the NCAA to rescind a pending rule change that will allow athletes and athletic department staff members to bet on professional sports beginning November 1st. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey sent a letter to NCAA President Charlie Baker saying, quote, "The message of our presidents and chancellors was clear and united. This policy change represents a major step in the wrong direction."
I agree with Greg Sankey. I mean, you've seen the quote-unquote adults in the pros obviously cannot handle gambling in sports. So why on earth would we think that 18 to 22-year-olds can handle it without getting themselves into trouble?
I mean, it's betting on pro sports is a weird one. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to legally do it until you're 21 anyway. So that's only like half of college athletes.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop anybody. I mean,
No, it doesn't stop them at all.
I just don't think
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I think you just don't do it, man. It's like drug testing. You just it's whatever. It's legal now in certain places, but just
wait.
Don't play in a gray area. Don't give you give kids an inch, they're going to take a mile every time. So I'm with Sankey.
At number 3, the Saints will start rookie quarterback Tyler Shuck against the Los Angeles Rams with Spencer Rattler remaining on the bench. Coach Kellen Moore benched Rattler in favor of Shuck midway through Sunday's loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and said after the game that he'd take 48 hours to decide on a starting quarterback, which we now know to be Shuck.
Good luck, Shuck.
I mean, the Saints are just awful.
Yeah, it should fix everything. Right?
Yeah, surely. This guy, I don't remember what round he was drafted in, like 3rd or 4th.
He went early.
Was he earlier?
Yeah, he was first round.
Tyler Shuck?
Yes.
Was a first-round draft pick.
Only a couple QBs went in the first round. It was Dart and whoever went 1-1.
Cam Ward?
Yeah, Cam Ward.
He was drafted.
He was drafted for sure.
I remember I thought we clowned him kind of for picking.
Second round.
Okay.
Second
Still higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't everybody clown him on wasting a second-round draft pick on him?
It was a shocker for sure.
That was when all the Shador stuff was happening. And that was kind of the first one where like, oh, we don't know how far this kid's
He's still
fall.
not getting any chance, old Shador.
No. At number 4, after the second longest game in World Series history last night, Game 4 will be at 8 p.m. today between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, with LA holding a 2-1 lead in the series. Shohei Ohtani is on the bump for the Dodgers, and Shane Bieber gets the ball for Toronto.
So that game, it starts at 5 p.m. local time.
Yep.
Game last night ends at midnight local time. You have, at least an hour and a half of post-game responsibilities. You go back through L.A. traffic. You get home wherever you live. I mean, you probably, if everything goes right, you're getting home 2 hours after at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m. game the next day. I guess as you pull that off, you get your 8 hours in, but it's still for ball players who are creatures of habit.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's really condensing your routine.
I mean, traffic might not be too bad at midnight, 1 a.m. out there.
I mean, I don't really know.
I guarantee they aren't living anywhere near Dodger Stadium. Those guys aren't.
All right, thank you, Walkman. That is the Top 4 at 4, brought to you by the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters, committed to giving a voice to all active duty reserve members and veterans who face criminal allegations by the government. If you're in the military and you've been accused of a serious offense like fraud, assault, DUI, or if you're having to face administrative separation, having to defend your security clearance or license against adverse action, a lot of people don't even know that they have legal recourse. You do. VFL, Marshall Griffin, and his team of experienced attorneys are ready to make your problem their problem. And it's not just military either. If you work for one of the federal agencies, one of the alphabet agencies, DOE, FBI, FCC, DOD, and you find yourself subject to adverse action, feel like you've been discriminated against, you're a federal employee, check out griffinlawdefense.com. You can talk to Marshall and his team. They'll walk you through all of your options. Remember, remain silent. Request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. And again, that website is griffinlawdefense.com. At Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. griffinlawdefense.com. Texter says, Geraldo brought up the Ole Miss defense. Outside of Kentucky, Ole Miss has given up more points against common opponents than Tennessee has.
Not correct.
Ooh,
I saw it. I've just been looking at it.
Oh, you went and did your research.
We do our research.
I mean, it was
Have you done your
close. It's
research?
very, very close. Like Arkansas scored.
Oh, their Ole Miss defense is not good.
No, exactly. The point is still it holds, but we gave up 44 to Georgia. They gave up 43. We gave up 31 to Arkansas. They gave up 35. So, it's not good defense. So that point is clear. That's for sure. So we'll see if that holds water with Oklahoma.
I mean, Oklahoma's their weakness, from what I can tell, is it's safety, which I imagine Aguilar's got to be salivating at the thought of them having weak safety play the way he likes to go deep.
I haven't seen anything from Mustard Tosser yet, Bear, but there are rumors again about Jermod McCoy perhaps trying to give it a go this week.
I don't think we're going to see Jermod the rest of the year.
I also saw Austin Price talking about Arian Carter. He doesn't think we're going to see him either. Don't love that.
I mean, he's got double turf toe, and it's
yeah.
Isn't that what you guys said? And wasn't that what the report said? I mean,
yeah, he's tough, but that's hard, man.
I don't know. I watched a video where I can't remember the NFL player's name, where he was talking about having turf toe, and he said it sounds silly, but it's one of the most painful injuries.
They need to come up with a better name for it. Knife in your foot.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't sound that extreme,
crippling,
right?
Turf toe. It sounds like you stubbed your toe.
Yeah.
You got a little boo boo.
Yeah,
some neosporin on it. And,
yeah.
No, it's that's tough. I would say and I think Carter, it's a loss. I think he's a great prospect and can be a good linebacker here. I don't feel like we missed him. At no point Saturday night against Kentucky did I find myself saying, "Wow, we really miss Arian Carter." I think you put Spillman in there next to T-Lander, and then you're playing Perlotti and Hardman, but behind them, and that's kind of your rotation.
I just like the vibe Carter brings, though, too, because I mean
he'll hit you.
Yeah, man.
So will Spill. There was one player. Did Spillman almost get thrown out of the game again against Kentucky?
Yes.
There was one where it's like, ooh, he dove at a guy late, but he missed him.
Yeah, just through the sheer luck, he actually missed him. There are a couple players. Perlotti's nasty. He's got a mean streak about him. I mean, that's what I'll point to some of this. We've had the injuries, and we're having to rely on, freshmen and second-year guys. T-Lander does a good job until he gets out in space with somebody he really shouldn't be out in space with.
I think you could say that about a lot of linebackers in the SEC.
That's true. Yeah.
And the way the game is geared now, it's hard for a guy who's like 220, 230 pounds to cover a guy who's 200 pounds and fast. And that's those are the situations that all of these guys, all these OCs, Kiffin, Heupel, just, anybody worth their salt, Ryan Grubb, they'll put you in those positions. They're going to take a small, fast guy, put him on a big, slow guy, and get him the ball.
Just got another text box from the 270. Tell the FBI that Tim Banks is gambling on our games. Sources tell me he is betting the over. My source, Mustard Tosser.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mustard Tosser is out there dropping stories.
Yes.
Toss bombs, I believe.
Yeah. And in fairness to the last text, he said Bob Tennessee gave up 38 in regulation to Georgia. Ole Miss gave up 43 to Georgia in regulation. It's like,
I mean, this is like arguing over who the tallest midget is between Tennessee and Ole Miss's defense. This is not where you want to be.
No, exactly. Two bad defenses. That's
two pretty stout offenses.
Exactly.
But Ole Miss fans seem to be in love with their team. I know they have one less loss, but Tennessee fans not quite as in love with their team as Ole Miss is. I mean, what do you make of that, or is that just my view from afar?
Well, I think, look at some of the Ole Miss wins versus Tennessee's wins. Maybe that's why, LSU, be that as it may, with
both probably should have beaten Georgia, let games get away.
Yeah, they've beaten teams with winning records. There's just higher profile wins on their resume. Maybe, I don't know, but you're right. They don't seem to be troubled about the defense, and their defense is not good.
What's wild is, according to Parker Fleming, college football's most efficient teams, opponent-adjusted EPA, Tennessee is in that group, good offense, good defense on this chart.
Well,
I know you can manipulate those things to say anything.
I don't. I don't say. I know what I see with my eyes when I watch us play.
And Ole Miss is rated a little bit more successful. That's the only one that really looks right. It's Ohio State. I guess Indiana, Texas Tech.
You feel like Ohio State is just playing out their season in anonymity.
Mm-hmm. I mean, their season starts.
Has anybody watched them play yet this year?
Ohio State?
The Texas game, but that was happening during our game, so I didn't get to see much of that.
Well, no, because they haven't really played anybody other than Big Ten teams, kind of boring.
Isn't it crazy? I mean, they're playing Penn State this weekend, and that was going to be such a massive matchup, and now it's nothing.
It's a fizzle.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be huge.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be huge. The SEC is interesting this week because you have all kinds of of good games. I don't know that you have just that epic game in the SEC. You do have the cocktail party at 3:30, and then you've got our game. Outside of that, Vandy at Texas.
Us and Oklahoma, those are two playoff elimination type games.
Mississippi State at Arkansas.
That'll be interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not in any sort of, it has no repercussions on anything, but it's like if you're Jeff Lebby, you kind of have to win that game to give your fan base any confidence that you're going to get it going, right?
You have to, and especially the way you've lost. You think how much better his season would look if he hadn't had whatever happened with him against Florida and then Texas.
Is Jeff Lebby destined to be an offensive analyst here in a year or two once he gets fired there?
Love to take him on as our offensive coordinator.
Things have changed so quickly, man. I thought he had that thing going in the right direction going into the game against us where they were undefeated. And
they're close. They just can't get over the hump.
It's not even a matter of close. He's choked twice in big games as a head coach.
He's made some questionable coaching calls last couple of games too. Yeah, it's funny. We keep thinking that we like some of these head coaches that we think shouldn't be head coaches, but should be on our staff, right? Lebby and Venables.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like,
well,
they're not that good. Come on over here.
Well, you got to know your limitations in life, right? There's
Venables is an elite D coordinator.
All sorts of coaches out there that are good coordinators that can't cut it as a head coach. And I've seen more than one person make the point this week that there are not enough elite coaches out there for the number of big time jobs that are open. And we could talk to our next guest about that, Blake Topmeyer of USA Today, when we continue. But Lane Kiffin might go. He might take one of these big time jobs. Somebody's going to get James Franklin. Somebody might get Brian Kelly. But somebody, at least one of these big jobs, Penn State, LSU, Florida, Oklahoma, if it opens, Texas, if it opens, who knows? At least one of those schools is going to have to hire a John Sumrall or an Alex Golish or a Ryan Silverfield. And as we have found out through the years, sometimes that's the best way to go, is to find the next up and comer, because Chip Kelly is not necessarily the answer to, or Scott Frost to, whoever, Tom Herman, not always the slam dunk can't miss hire that you think it is.
What's funny is we've been talking about James Franklin and Brian Kelly recently, and we've all talked about James Franklin's going to land somewhere else. Brian Kelly, I don't know, man. It doesn't quite feel that way. And I think some of that's because we're not entirely sure he's a good fit at a lot of places, period. And it's not so much the coaching as it is just his personality.
If you're Wisconsin, would you hire him?
Yeah, I saw one of the texters put that in yesterday. I think that would be an interesting one for him. That would be, to me, a ceiling type job for him right now, is something like Wisconsin, because there's still opportunity there. They're not playing well right now, but it could be a good program.
About some Fickle on a Gators board and an LSU board over the weekend talking about Luke Fickell.
For those jobs,
yes.
That had to be a joke.
For what job?
The LSU and Florida
and
jobs.
LSU.
There's so many troll posts out there right now.
Because it's probably Wisconsin fans wishing their coach off to those places.
Yeah, there's so many Butch Jones is headed to Florida and stuff out there that's just obvious sarcasm or trolling or just bad attempt at humor that you really got to keep your head on a swivel and check those ats. Stay with us. Blake Topmeyer of USA Today coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Join Fan Run Radio for a super spooky Halloween party at Calhoun's on the River this Friday starting at 11 a.m. Tony Basilio will be broadcasting live from the deck from 11 to 1, followed by William Pattison and the Playbook from 1 to 3,
and The Drive from 3 to 6. Stop by for lunch or dinner and sign up for the Fan Run Box, which we'll be giving away at 6 p.m. live on the air. It's the Dark Mode Can't Miss Halloween special that'll have you more scared than John Mateer trying to get away from Josh Josephs in front of 100,000. Halloween, live from the iconic Calhoun's on the River this Friday. Be there.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
This afternoon, and pleased to be joined by our good friend Blake Topmeyer with USA Today. Good afternoon, Blake. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You guys?
Hey, man, we're doing fantastic. Thanks for jumping on here. It's hard to believe that we're about to turn another page on the calendar to November, but here we are. The big news in the SEC this week, of course, what's going on at LSU with Brian Kelly getting the axe over the weekend. Blake, no firings in this league last year. We've got 3 already before November this year, and of course, several more likely to come. What do you make of the coaching carousel this year? And is this the year that Lane Kiffin finally makes the jump from Ole Miss to a quote-unquote bigger job?
Well, we'll start with the coaching carousel. One thing I make of it goes back to what you said at the start there. No SEC coaches fired last year. And if you expand that to the Big Ten, only one Big Ten coach was fired last year, and that was at Purdue. And so what we tend to see on the coaching carousel, usually a very, very active year comes on the heels of a quiet year. And that's exactly what we've got this year. No firings in the SEC last year portended a wild ride on the carousel this year. And that's resulted in Lane Kiffin holding the greatest cards in all of college football because he's got a playoff team on his hands at Ole Miss. And then he's the candidate du jour at Florida and LSU. It's a great problem to have if you're Lane, but it is in some ways, I don't know if it's a problem, but it's a handful because we haven't seen anyone yet bolt from their team in the 12-team playoff era, and I don't think that's something Lane wishes to do. I mean, in a perfect world, maybe he could get to decide in February whether he wants to be the coach of Ole Miss, Florida, or LSU, but we know that's not the way it works. These hiring processes unfold in real time during the season, and all the while, Lane is marching toward the playoff with the likelihood of a qualifier and potentially even playing in the SEC championship, contending for a first-round playoff bye, potentially. So, yeah, it's great to be Lane Kiffin, but I think it would be even greater if he could wake up on February 1st and all these schools would still be hiring. But that's not the way it works. He's going to have to figure out how to juggle this. But to answer your question, I mean, I think there's a real possibility that Lane Kiffin is coaching someone else next season. Possibility, doesn't mean definite though.
Blake, thanks for joining us today. I just was checking out during the break the piece. It's kind of derivative of your podcast that you and Adams do, where you were talking about 10 names that could get this LSU job, and all of them make a lot of sense. One name that I keep bringing up, and maybe it just feels like too much too soon, but do we think like a Clark Lee is going to get a look? Maybe not so much LSU, but some of these other jobs like Penn State or some others, because what he's done at Vanderbilt is obviously just amazing. I know he's a Vandy grad, and so he's got those, hometown ties in play as well. But do we think that that's a name that could end up being in one of these conversations that, we're spending so much time on Kiffin and even Eli Drinkwitz and others?
Yeah, I do think Clark Lee could come into play. I think for Clark Lee's job-changing possibilities, the best case scenario, in so much as he wants to change jobs, would be finishing 9-3, because I don't see Clark Lee trying to juggle a playoff berth at Vanderbilt with a new job. I guess what I'm saying is if Vanderbilt makes the playoff, I think Clark Lee's staying put. If he comes up just shy of the playoff and finishes 9-3, he's still going to be the toast of college football. There will be a lot of buzz around him, and I do think there's a chance then that he could have to decide just how much it matters to him to continue at his alma mater. Here's the thing with Clark Lee. He's got it humming at Vanderbilt as strong as we've seen it since James Franklin was there. And still, he's got a 35,000 seat stadium at the point, and you're always worried about the road fans claiming half the seats, even when you have a really, really good team. And that's a reality that just is Vanderbilt's existence, right? And so, he has to ask himself how important it is for him to stay at his alma mater versus, maybe the opportunity to coach a program where you have some built-in advantages that you don't have at Vanderbilt. But I think this carousel is going to be so crowded with jobs that, Clark Lee is someone who could emerge to the top of the list. But I think it goes beyond that. Like you mentioned, Eli Drinkwitz. This is a great situation for him to be sitting in, but it's going to extend down, I think, into the ACC and Big 12 ranks, Brent Key, what's he going to do? Another guy at his alma mater who's in playoff contention. Does he stay or does he go? Jeff Baum at Louisville, another guy coaching his alma mater, whose team could wind up in playoff contention, already owns a win against Miami. I mean, it's just, it's truly going to be, I think, a carousel. I'm not sure unlike anything we've seen before, but certainly unlike anything we've seen since 2021, which was maybe the wildest trip around the carousel to date.
I'm just still trying to wrap my mind around the fact that we're having a conversation that includes the sentence, if Vanderbilt makes the playoff.
I know. Yeah.
Here we are. Blake Topmeyer, USA Today, with us this afternoon. So you've got Clark Lee. He has to make a decision. Kiffin has to make a decision. If those guys want to stay, and, we're living in a day and age where the schools can, even like Ole Miss and Vanderbilt, can pay these guys, and you don't want the talk to be a distraction for your playoff run. How do you handle that, Blake? Do you just come out and say, make a big deal, publicly sign your new deal and say, hey, I'm, kind of what Cignetti did. I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. Stop talking about it.
You nailed it. You do exactly what Curt Cignetti did at Indiana. If you want to end the speculation, to put all the focus on the playoff run, you need a school to put forward, a mega deal, a mega extension with some big bucks like Indiana did, and you need a coach who's willing to sign. Because it's not so much about the money and the years. It's the hurdle that prevents the coach from then walking away after putting his name on that. I mean, I believe what Cignetti would include a $15 million buyout if he walks. So, I mean, that pretty well put it to bed right there. He's not going anywhere. He wouldn't have signed that if he had one foot out the door. That put it to rest. And so, yeah, if Ole Miss and Lane, and I'm sure Ole Miss would like to, but if Lane Kiffin wants to put this to rest, you can put pen to paper and sign something with Ole Miss that's got a $15 million buyout in it if he walks out the door, for LSU and Florida. If he wants to keep his options open, then he won't put his John Hancock on that paperwork. But you're right. That's the way to end this is for the school to put forward some mega money and for the coach to say, I want to be right where I'm at. I want to focus on this playoff run, and I'm about to sign this deal that makes it cost prohibitive for me to walk away.
Hey, Blake, the one thing we were talking about before you joined us was obviously the headline that has occupied the last couple of days has been Brian Kelly's ouster. And it was just a couple of weeks ago, James Franklin was relieved of his duties. He makes an appearance on College Game Day. It felt like it was almost like a job interview. He was very impressive. And there's a lot of talk about places, he's saying he wants to coach again. There's places where he'll fit. Right now, at this moment in time, I don't feel that way about Brian Kelly, but do you think there's a path forward for him to end up with a decent job? Maybe not the magnitude of LSU, but still a Power 5 job.
Yeah, I think it depends on what the domino effect looks like. I was just texting with someone who lives in Missouri today, and nobody connected with Missouri athletics, but just hypotheticals. If Drinkwitz left, would Missouri consider Brian Kelly? I mean, you talk about need and fit and what one does and what the other needs. I actually think you could make a case for it. I mean, Brian Kelly did his best work in the Midwest. I think Missouri, they may not like to say the quiet part out loud, but the quiet part is they'd be thrilled with a coach who can guarantee 9-3. Well, that's Brian Kelly's specialty, right? Is the 9-3 season. And so, I say that kind of flippantly, but I think to sort of prove a point, if enough dominoes fall and then you get schools backfilling, not necessarily schools that are firing coaches. I don't think a school that just fired its coach is probably going to want to trot out Brian Kelly, particularly a Super 2 school, a Big Ten or an SEC school. If you fired your coach, I don't know that you want to trot out Brian Kelly, who also just got fired. But if you're in scramble mode on the backside of the domino effect because you lost your coach, well, that might leave you in a position where Brian Kelly is is starting to look a little better to you. I also think, like, you know, there's a possibility he sits out a cycle or two. And, you know, as the weeks and months and years go by, these postmortems look a little bit differently, right? Like whenever Dan Mullen was fired, everybody was getting at Florida, everybody was getting in their digs in at Mullen, and the guy didn't want to recruit, and he was Goofy Dan, and he had a meltdown, you know, that final season. Well, then they bring in a man called Billy Napier, who proved completely incompetent at the job for 4 years, and all of a sudden, Dan Mullen started looking as good as ever, and he's back in business. And no, he's not coaching at a level he left, but you know, he's got one of the better Group of 5 jobs. So point being, maybe it works better for Brian Kelly to sit out a year or two, and ideally for Brian Kelly, whoever LSU hires goes splat. And much like it did for Mullen, he's looking better a few years down the road. So, yeah, I think if Brian, it also depends how badly Brian Kelly wants to coach again. I mean, if he thinks he's coming back at a program the level that he exited at, I think he's going to be sadly disappointed, because I don't see anybody at LSU's rung or higher lining up to hire Brian Kelly. Now, if he just wants to coach somewhere and he's willing to come back a step down from LSU, I think whether that be this year or a year or two down the road, you know, that could happen for Brian Kelly.
Hey, Blake, last thing for me, we got to ask you about the game in Knoxville this weekend, and Oklahoma, Tennessee, a pair of 6-2 teams going at it. Two fan bases that feel pretty good about their teams at various times this year. Not great. How do you see this one playing out, and Josh Heupel going up against his old school again?
It's interesting because I think Tennessee's season has played out exactly to script. But I wonder, you guys would have a better sense for this than I do, but I wonder if like people are satisfied by that. And when I hear from Vols fans, I kind of feel like they want a little bit more. And I say, like, well, what did you expect? Like they followed the script. You know, they lost to Georgia, as I think a lot of us realistically thought they would, even though that game was in Neyland. They lost on the road at Bama, and the season is going to come down to what happens in the final month, which I think, you know, when we were talking on this show in June, July, August, this is kind of what we talked about, right? Like, it's for Tennessee, what do you do in November is going to decide the fate of whether you're a playoff team or not, just as we predicted it. You know, it's these games against Oklahoma, against Florida, and now with Vanderbilt in the mix, you got to add that in there too. That's the make or break for Tennessee. I mean, Joey Aguilar has delivered as well as anyone could have hoped. On the flip side, you got Oklahoma's defense. I know Ole Miss tore them to shreds, but that seemed more like the exception than the rule there. But you know, you got Oklahoma's defense against Joey Aguilar. You know, who stands taller, I guess. But yeah, I mean, for Tennessee, like I said, I feel like they've followed the script, and the way this season will be remembered is by what happens in November. Like if they nail it this final month of the season and they're in the playoff, this by any reasonable person, this has to be hailed a resounding success for Josh Heupel and Tennessee if they wind up in the playoff after losing their quarterback in mid-April, a day before the spring game. If they lose one or two here in November, particularly if they lose to Vanderbilt, we all know the season won't be remembered that way. So this is it. Last four games are sort of judgment day for Tennessee and how this season will be remembered.
Judgment day is a good term. I'm going to go back to something about a coaching search. Now, we talked about the jobs that are open. Let's talk about one that could be open. Now, he saved his bacon last week by beating Arkansas, but I'm talking about Auburn, because you look at their last four games, they're 4-4. They've got Kentucky, at Vandy, Mercer, and then Alabama. So say they go 2-2 in those last four, Blake, and they finish 6-6, bowl eligible. Is that going to be enough to save Hugh Freeze's job?
The best thing going for Hugh Freeze, I think, actually, is that Florida, Penn State, and LSU have fired their coaches. Now, that might sound counterintuitive. You might think, Well, if Brian Kelly's getting fired for winning 70% of his games, how is that good for Hugh Freeze? But the way I see it is the best argument for Hugh Freeze getting another year is that Auburn thinks the carousel is too crowded. There's too much hiring competition this cycle, and they want to sit it out, give it one more go, and if it fails, then get into a less crowded, less chaotic cycle next year. I don't know if that's what they'll do. I mean, I think there's just as good or better argument to just go ahead and do it and see who you wind up with here. But I think shy of Hugh going 4-0 and winning the Iron Bowl down the stretch here, that means he's going to be 7-5 or worse. I think 6-6 probably is the most likely landing spot. At 6-6, there really is no argument to keep Hugh Freeze based on Hugh Freeze and what he's achieved. The only argument, if he goes 6-6 for keeping Hugh Freeze, would be that you just don't want to get into this crowded carousel. I don't know how you spin it. I don't know how you sell it. I don't even know that you even attempt to, because I think any Auburn fan would realize they're just sitting this out because they don't want to go up against Florida and LSU and Penn State. And perhaps Florida State, that opens in the hiring cycle. So you sit it out and you wait a year. Now, on the other hand, if you just decided that John Sumrall at Tulane is your guy, fire Hugh tomorrow and go make John Sumrall your best offer and go hire him before somebody else does. But if you're not thrilled with John Sumrall or that type of candidate, then you kick the can down the road and you do it next year. But yeah, shy of Hugh getting hot here and finishing 8-4 with a win in the Iron Bowl, he's given Auburn no reason to keep him. Like I say, the only reason to keep him would be if you just don't want to go up against the other programs that are out there hiring.
Blake Topmeyer writes college football columns for USA Today. You can follow his work on X at @BTopmeyer. Blake, always a pleasure. Thanks for jumping on.
Yep, good talking to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Blake Topmeyer one more time here on the show this afternoon. A lot of interesting stuff to unpack there. We'll do it when we continue next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Put the game on, baby. Let's go, balls. When they open up that tee, I feel like running through a wall. Put the game on, baby. Been having weird calls for another helmet smacking, tackling, check.
All right, it's Fan Run Radio. The drive continues. Interesting conversation with Blake Topmeyer last segment. And, you know, he makes an interesting point about Tennessee's season so far playing out the way most of us thought it would in the offseason, except that it really has and it hasn't, right? Yes, we've lost to Alabama and Georgia. It's what a lot of prognosticators thought would happen, and that Tennessee would be 6-2 going into the Oklahoma game. But we thought we were going to get there with a really good defense again, and an offense that was going to struggle behind a quarterback who is thrown in at the last minute. And that part of the equation has gone completely in reverse.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and that, I think that's why people are, I won't say upset. Maybe you are upset. I don't know. You tell us how you feel. 865-966-3435. But a little bit just weirded out by the fact it's like, wait, you know, man, if our defense was as good as we thought it would be, we might have a championship team here.
No, it's interesting because you're right. And we've spent so much time talking about it. One of the listeners wrote in on the text box from the 270 and said, I feel like we're so down on our defense that it's taking away Joey Aguilar and our 3 wide receivers are doing, statistically speaking. This is said there's no reason Joey isn't a Heisman candidate. That I don't know, but it is like it's one that's up there in the kind of, I don't want to call it historic here at Tennessee, but it's up there in the conversation with one of the best offensive seasons we've seen.
Yeah,
you know, and
the defense is there with the sincere years. So,
yeah,
I mean,
so it kind of detracts. And to your point, we find ourselves, we're right where we kind of expected we would be, but it doesn't feel that good for some reason. And I guess it's because we just expected more out of the defense. And I go back to what I've said before. I have resigned myself to the fact that last season's defensive performance was
an aberration.
It's an outlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just not who we are.
God, man, I hope you're wrong on that one. And if this season if we go 9-3 and you go to a bowl game and it's whatever, I mean, we'll always look back on it. I think that, and again, maybe the listening audience is different and they'll just look back on it, Uncle Fluffy, whatever. But for me, I think it will be more of, man, if we had McCoy and Gibson that year, again, I don't think it would make us into a dominant defense by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it would take us from bad to average, which is kind of the formula that LSU used in 2019 to win a national championship.
It's true. We might not have lost that Georgia game if McCoy and Gibson.
Certainly wouldn't have. I don't think we would have.
I mean, he's not getting that. He's not making that touchdown at the end over either one of those
the first
guys.
play of the game when they beat Redmond Deep. No, I think that we probably win that game. I won't say comfortably, but I don't think it would have gone to overtime.
I'm trying to get my head around what you were just saying a minute ago. 9-3, it's a certainty. We're not going to be in the playoffs if that happens. And some of these bowl projections that are out there, it's like I saw one that had us in the ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Eve against, wait for it, Nebraska.
All right.
It's like, man, that is going to be
with
hard.
All our good players opted out.
Right. I mean, that's just going to be, it's going to be hard, man. That's going to be hard. We gotta keep winning. Got to keep winning. Make it hard for the selection committee.
Would we make a 16-team playoff at 9-3?
I don't know.
Be there on the edge, wouldn't we? If the 3 losses are Alabama, Georgia, and
let's say Vandy.
I was going to say
I hate to
Oklahoma
say
or
it, but right now Vandy's a top 10 team. so we would have 3 losses to top 10 teams.
Playoff teams.
Yeah, I would say then in a field of 16, we'd get some consideration for sure. God, I can't believe we're saying that. Hypothetically, it'd be okay to lose to Vandy, is what that sounds.
It's explainable.
Like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to get dinged too much for that. I just think this weekend is huge, and you win it, and it gives you, again, a 3-week buildup because you got off week, New Mexico State, and then Florida. So if you win this week, I mean, it just really extends the meaningfulness of your season, gives you a chance to, who knows, maybe McCoy does come back. Maybe Arian Carter gets healthy. Maybe your defense, maybe you cut down on the busts and you have a decent showing this week against Oklahoma and give your fans a little bit of confidence going down the stretch. But I think it's going to be a really tough game, a really close game. And we're going to have to play better than we have been playing to win.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to jump in here this afternoon. Jeremy on the text box says Brian Kelly to Florida would be interesting, LOL.
I
don't think he's going to get that job. Somebody else says, what makes this year feel gross for me is I pay a 10% talent tax and 2 injuries at corner derailed our entire defense. Can they not buy more depth?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. The whole what could have been. It's not like we're a top 3 team and undefeated with both those guys back, talking about Jermod and Ricky, but man, maybe it's only 1 loss instead of 2. God, I don't want to think about it.
Well,
I guess we have to.
Yeah, that's all we can do is think about it until it comes. A big one coming up Saturday night for certain down at the old General's House of Football.
I wonder, will they carry over any of since Halloween's Friday night, dark mode and everything else, will they do any sort of
I'm sure.
Spooky.
Oh, yeah.
Smoky and all that
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
There'll be some spooky Rocky Top, I'm sure.
That'd be great.
People in costume.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of costumes in Neyland.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There always is, man.
Yeah.
There'll be guys in masks, and he'll have like a Darth Vader guy and makeup and the whole 9 yards. It'll be wild, man. I don't think our boy Geraldo is going to have to worry about the intensity.
Yeah. No sissies in there, man. I don't know where that came from. That was awesome.
Leave the women and kids at home Saturday night, maybe.
I love that he's going deep cover on these message boards, and something tells me he might be even interacting.
That's smart.
Oh, he is.
It's a good use of his time.
Yeah.
Productive.
Yeah. What'd you say, Bear?
He absolutely is interacting.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Texter says, are we 100% sure if we get in one Vandy, if we're both 10-2, even with the head-to-head committee has shown in the past, head-to-head isn't the be-all, end-all. They would have better win. Yeah, if we go 10-2 and we beat Vanderbilt. You also have to, like, Vanderbilt, they're an underdog this week at Texas.
They
Okay,
can easily lose to Texas.
There's nothing written in stone that is going to be the playing game. Okay,
but
we might lose to Florida. We might be 6-4 going into that game, 7-4.
That would be scary. I think it was just 10-2 Vandy and 10-2 Tennessee. At some point, I think the TV draw would, especially if we had beaten them head to head, we're a better draw on TV.
If we go 10-2, we're in the playoff.
I know where you're going there, but let me be devil's advocate here. Bear with me. 10-2. This is what I worry about. Texas is 6-2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
If Texas wins out, which is that's a steep request. I mean, they got Vanderbilt at Georgia, Arkansas, and then Texas A&M.
They ain't winning out.
But if they're 10-2 and we're 10-2, to your point, Bear, I think I don't know if I'm the committee.
I mean, who's more likely to win out, us or them?
I'd say us. I would say us. I
Unless-
just
I mean,
don't
unless-
want Texas to be in the mix, man. And I feel like these, like the committee, the networks, all that stuff, they'll find a way if they stay relevant and keep winning.
They've got that factor that only other team I've seen have it is Alabama, where they will just suspend all logic and reason.
If one of their losses is to Florida,
but if they
what was the other conference loss for them?
They they only have one conference loss. That's the whole thing. They lost to Ohio State.
Okay.
And that's the thing is they are currently on a 3-game winning streak. If they win out, they're on a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I mean, they should have lost a couple of times.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
They didn't.
Lebby peed down his leg. I don't know what. I mean, just mind-boggling.
I don't know.
The conversation outside is really distracting. They're talking about you, Walker.
I heard.
What'd they say?
Too. I don't know. I just heard my name.
Something other? Did you go out there and
a lot of gossiping going on out there right now. Put my ear to the door.
Yeah. I'm just I'm still fascinated by all these jobs that are going to be open too, because I don't know. I think Auburn's too proud of a program. They'll get rid of Hugh Freeze. That job will be open.
I'm starting to believe less and less that it will be, because there is a non-zero chance that Auburn will go out and beat Alabama and he'll keep his job because of everything that Blake said. Like, this job market is like, Auburn is a really good job, but in this job market, it might be the 4th best job available, and they'd have to wait for the other 3 to get filled.
They wouldn't have to wait for James Franklin.
Wouldn't have. I mean, if James Franklin just went there, yeah. But I mean, I'm assuming James Franklin's going to also interview for the other kind of bigger jobs that are out there than Auburn.
I don't see like LSU talking to James Franklin. After they
probably should, but the perception, the perception of hiring a guy who was just fired is going to be too much for proud programs to overcome. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive, hour number 3, coming up next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, Performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Central High School wide receiver Torin McAfee. McAfee helped lead Central to a wild 40-39 win over William Blount last week. McAfee had 9 catches for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Bobcats improved to 7-2 on the season. Central High School's Torin McAfee, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com. It's time for the Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Tuesday, 5 o'clock, here on Fan Run Radio. Thanks for tuning into the show this afternoon. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bob Baskerville, Bear, and Walker Smith. Top 5 at 5 brought to you this afternoon by Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Walker, enlighten us.
At number 1, Tennessee assistant coach Rodney Gardner spoke to the media today ahead of the Oklahoma matchup. When asked about Tennessee's struggling defense, he believes that everything is fixable. He said, quote, "That's the thing. When you're sitting there and you're watching the film on Sunday, you see the plays that we're giving up. I know that's what's frustrating."
I mean, I guess that's the attitude you got to have, right?
Yeah.
It would be alarming if Rodney Garner got up there and be like, "Well, there ain't nothing we can do about it. We just suck."
That wouldn't be the best foot to put forward. I mean, do you believe that this defense is fixable?
I don't know. Like, define fixable. I believe that we can play much better than we've been playing.
Can we play much better than we've been playing without Jermod McCoy?
Yeah. What you mean, Hood?
Or Hood?
Probably not with. I mean, it'd be 3 corners we've lost since the beginning of the season. I think that's unreasonable.
I mean, I think just as far as fundamentals, this is a game coming up this weekend where it's like, just keep stuff in front of you, bend but don't break. And like, if it were me, I would just be spending an inordinate amount of time on the red zone defense. We are the worst red zone defense in the country, 136 out of 136. Like, you get in the red zone, it's an automatic touchdown. I would just be spending all my time on that. It's like, can't find ways to keep teams out of the end zone and make them kick field goals. Because if Oklahoma's scoring touchdowns on us, it's going to be a shootout, and we're all going to be praying. But if we can find a way to create turnovers, get off the field, make them kick field goals, I think I kind of like our chances. Even without
pressure. We need to get pressure again.
We get pressure.
The one area where I do think and could see us improving on is the red zone defense. Just simply because the field's, more compact and you don't have to worry about getting burned over the top.
I don't know. I mean, to boot, we're also Jordan Moore was cooking up all this stuff. We're 122nd in missed tackle rate.
Yep.
So we got it cooking, man.
Got some stuff to clean up.
Yeah.
At number 2, Lane Kiffin could not resist taking a shot at Brent Venables, sarcastically accusing the coach of, quote, a hot take in his evaluation of last week's game against Ole Miss. Venables said Sunday that he thought Oklahoma was the better team before conceding that Ole Miss, quote, out-executed them. That's interesting. Lane Kiffin said that was an interesting take. It's a hot take that they have the better team, he said Monday in a press conference. It's just Lane being Lane.
That is being Lane.
He went to and he went through like games that he played against Venables when Venables was at Clemson and he was at Alabama.
That's funny.
Venables like, why are you bringing that up, dude?
That's just Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. Quick around the room, real quick. Lane Kiffin will be in next year.
Not in Oxford.
Oh,
that's a cop cheating.
That's a cop out.
I'm saying he's going. I just don't know where.
Say
Baton
school.
Rouge. Walker.
Oxford.
Fair.
Oxford.
I'll say Gainesville.
All right.
I'll say Gainesville.
Contrary.
I mean, he's gone. I've been the one saying that he's gone. I just don't know where. Yeah.
At number 3, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson will take the field Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins. Jackson missed the past 3 games with a hamstring injury that he suffered on September 28th against the Chiefs, but is finally ready to play.
Welcome back, Lamar.
They could still, I'm fairly certain, could still win the division as bad as their season's been.
I think the odds are still even with them and the Steelers.
I mean, there's a really good chance 9-8 will win that division.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
It went from one of the better divisions in football to one of the worst real quick. It's how quickly things can change in the NFL.
I mean, the Steelers, they've never really found a suitable replacement for Roethlisberger. And how long has he been gone now?
A long time.
What, year 3, 4, something like that?
Since Ben left?
Yeah.
It's been at
longer
least,
than that?
at least 5.
Yeah, it's been that long.
I mean, they've
Where
had
does the time go?
They had like 2 years of Kenny Pickett, one of Russell Wilson, another of Aaron Rodgers. Mason Rudolph was in there. Not great quarterback play there.
You were talking about social media accounts. The Green Bay Packers put out one with this graphic. Quarterbacks for during the last, I think it was 30 years, the Packers have 3. Favre, Rodgers, and now Love, and every other team in their division. I mean, it's a list. It's like 10.
And in that time, they've won what? 2 Super Bowls?
Yes,
one with Favre, one with Rodgers.
Rodgers had arguably 2 of the best quarterbacks that ever played the game.
Is that acceptable if you're a Packers fan? You like that?
I mean, at least you got
pretty
the 2.
good. Yeah. As a Titans fan, I'd like to have 1.
Yeah,
exactly.
Be nice.
Are you aware of the 27-year-old theory with the Green Bay Packers?
No.
So for the past 3 quarterbacks, Favre won a Super Bowl at 27. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl at 27. This year, Jordan Love is 27.
I love it when they get into that. I saw one with the baseball game. Like every time Brad Paisley does the national anthem for World Series games, they go extra innings. Nothing like last night, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's done the national anthem at the 2 longest games in the World Series, and they were both in LA, both 18 innings.
Slagging on him today.
At number 4, the NBA on NBC has a couple of good matchups tonight. The New York Knicks take on the Milwaukee Bucks at 8 p.m., and later the LA Clippers head to the Bay Area to take on the Golden State Warriors at 11 p.m.
Speaking of LA,
we love it.
Nice.
Randy Newman.
Yeah, that was good.
Great song.
I'm just looking. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid.
It is spooky season.
Okay. Dalton Connect finally got some run last night. 24 minutes, 16 points. He's barely seen the court.
Sounds like they needs to see a little more. 16 and 24.
Well, I think they got smoked last night. That's part of it. Yeah, they lost by 15 to Portland.
What if they're just giving him time to kind of let him boost his stats and
get him traded?
Yeah. And Chaz is playing for the Pistons. He's in their rotation.
Yeah, he's playing. He had like 12 minutes last night, I think. So, I mean, it's good. Not bad for a rookie.
Somebody
on a good team.
Mama Lanier posted a photo. There's a Tennessee fan at that game last night wearing a Tennessee Lanier jersey.
Man, we're just one shooter short. If we had Lanier on this team, we
Final
would be unstoppable.
And at number 5, after completely losing sight in his right eye, an Alabama jewelry store owner, Slater Jones, decided to personalize his new fake eye by having a diamond embedded in it. After losing his right eye as a result of a terrible illness, the young jewelry store owner turned to eye prosthetic expert John Lim to create a custom artificial eye to truly reflect his identity as a jewelry designer.
Nice.
Featuring a 2-carat diamond at its center, the unique gem eye sparkles when it catches the light.
So it's transforming into a Bond villain or something?
I was going to say, is that like the pupil?
Yeah.
Wow. It's 2 carats, pretty good sized rock.
I mean, what would you like to have, the fake eye like that? If you lost an eye, would you go with the fake eye or pirate patch?
Patch.
I think the patch would be kind of cool.
I would just want something that looks like an eye, I think.
But those are always just a little bit off.
Well, as opposed to a diamond in your eye. And I don't know, the patch, I don't know.
Are we getting close enough to where they can, laser print you a new eyeball?
There's no way.
Bionic eye?
Yeah. I don't think we're there yet.
Nah, I think it's got... I don't think, I
think we got ways to go.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Truly.
I'll try and hold on to mine.
Yeah, hold on to your eyes out there, guys.
All right. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you, as I say, by our friends at Matlock Tire and Auto Service. That's where I go anytime I have to get my car serviced, whether it's a oil change, tire rotation, working on the AC, washer fluid, whatever, man. They do it all there at Matlock, and they've been a staple of our community since 1953, family-owned and operated for over 70 years. You can check them out online at matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you. Head on in there and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Setting up a big third and final hour this afternoon. We'll see if we can nail the dismount as we talk all things Tennessee and Oklahoma, and looking forward to the big show on Friday down at Calhoun's on the River. It's going to be an all-day extravaganza. Fan Run going to be there starting at 11 a.m. with the Basilio Show. William Pattison, who's very excited, his first time on location. He's going to be there broadcasting live on the deck from 1 to 3. And, of course, we'll be out there from 3 to 6 as we get set to give away the Fan Run box. We'll all know what's in that bad boy probably by this time Friday, and then we'll wait and we'll give it away in the final segment. Very exciting.
It is going to feel like fall out there. Have you seen the forecast?
Yeah, it's like high of 54 or something.
59.
Like be a little
sunny and 59. That's beautiful.
Wind coming off the river, probably be a little bit chilly.
I'll be in my costume, so.
But shoot, that's a surprise, right?
I mean, I've told enough people that I'm going to keep it a surprise for the listening audience.
Yeah, me too.
Y'all going as you two teaming up?
No?
Nope.
You are coming in costume, Bob?
Yeah.
You're not, Bear?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not 12.
You just hate Halloween?
I mean, your maturity on this show has long noted.
You know, you're right.
I think people
I
realize
forgot. I should have.
If there's somebody that's going to put forth a professional and mature demeanor at all times, it would be Bear.
Out of the two of us, I'm not the one who stood up on camera and dropped trowel just to prove to everybody that I wore briefs.
I don't know why I have to bring that up.
I mean, it's out there. You did it while we were on air.
You guys were calling me a liar. I had to set the record straight.
Was it on video?
Why do you want to see the
I mean,
video?
it's probably gone now.
I'm just
plenty of witnesses to it though.
There's a big difference when you break the fourth wall or whatever you call it and do it on video.
Break the fourth wall.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. Take you behind the fourth wall here, boys.
Yeah, we did.
Classic Trey Wallace.
Are you dressing up, Walker?
For the show?
Yeah.
No, I'll be in here.
I mean, you can still dress up.
It's not
like Bozo.
I don't need to do that. I'll be in.
If you were going down there, would you be dressing up?
Yeah.
As what?
I don't know. I'd have to plan it out.
Well, if you want to dress up for Halloween on Friday, come out and see us. You're more than welcome to do that. It is certainly not a requirement, but can't wait to be out there on the river, drinking a cold Mountain Light, listening to some tunes, talking sports with friends. Christopher Gabriel on location, JG coming down to meet us and hopefully bury the hatchet, whatever happened there.
Right.
Did you speak to him anymore, Bob?
I sent him a text last night and didn't hear anything back. So maybe he was listening. I don't know.
Sarah.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Bill on Twitter says, you think you need a costume to scare people? Very funny. A lot of comedians on social media. Let's talk to Roberto. Good afternoon, Roberto. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are we?
Doing well.
Outstanding. Who was it that said Vandy's going to have better wins than us in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I guess it would be now?
Well, they have better wins than us now, I think was your point, Bob.
Do they, though?
I mean, have we beaten anybody with a winning record?
No, we haven't.
They beat Missouri when Bo Perbula turned his leg inside out.
Is that how you say it?
LSU's awful and the most overrated ranked team I'd ever seen at that point in the season.
Yeah, but they've got wins over SEC teams with winning records.
There are 3 SEC wins against South Carolina, LSU, and Missouri. I would take over our 3 wins any day. Over Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi State. I'm sorry. And I know LSU's down, but I would say
it's cool they got to duck Georgia. It's cool they got to do that for the 11 millionth time.
Yeah.
They got beat worse. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know.
I figure I hate him as much as you do, dude. We all do.
Yeah.
But we're just, it's just observations of facts.
Well, we'll see. Because I can't believe they're not favored against. They're going to beat Texas this weekend. Texas is horrible. Again, how many fake ranked teams are there right now? That was actually what led me to this question. Like LSU was super fake top 10 team. I couldn't believe they were in the top 10. Missouri are schedule merchants. That's pretty clear, especially without Perbula. Texas is a bunch of schedule merchants, and they keep beating teams like we do, barely.
Yeah, but everybody is.
Bear was making this argument the other day. I'll ask you the same thing I asked him. Like, who's good then?
I don't know if anybody. Really.
Everybody sucks.
Texas A&M.
Somebody's got to be good.
A&M's good.
A&M, Ohio State,
Indiana.
Indiana's very good.
Yeah.
Bears.
Bob loves that
Indiana
one.
denier.
Yeah.
He's a hater.
I'm not a hater. They beat one team last year with a winning record. They're doing better this year. Let's see how they look once they get out of Big Ten play. And that conference is god awful.
Who's fourth now? I didn't check the rankings
Bama.
this week. I know Alabama's fourth, and that makes Georgia fifth. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
If Indiana beats Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, then I think there's,
Well, yeah, sure. But, looking at their schedule now, you could I could give you Ole Miss, Tennessee, all the teams in the SEC with 1 or 2 losses. They would probably be undefeated right now. The only one that might be questionable is Oregon. Because they're
right, and they've shown a penchant to be. They're okay. They've shown a penchant to have a stinker. Now that you look back at that Penn State game they won, is that really that impressive?
Right.
I guess.
What's your guys' opinion? What is our position? See if we can come to a consensus here on Georgia Tech and BYU.
Georgia Tech's really good.
I think Georgia Tech's good. I can't speak to BYU.
Georgia Tech is
I think they're okay. They stole the game earlier in the year because of, I mean, they shouldn't be undefeated.
I'm going to call that, what do you call it, Roberto? Schedule merchants?
They're schedule merchants a little bit. Bigger schedule merchants in their conference is Virginia, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, well,
I want to be a schedule
Virginia
merchant.
plays Duke either this week or next week. They're going to get.
Can't do it in the SEC. Indiana's
Sounds
pretty
fun.
good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Georgia Tech's schedule merchants because they can run the football, and Haynes King is pretty good. They play defense, but I mean, it's crazy to me that Miami's not going to make their conference title game, are they?
They still might.
Georgia Tech's not losing in the conference.
Yeah, I don't think.
Who do they have left?
They're not.
Who
are they gonna
Georgia
lose to?
Tech? Let me find their schedule.
Georgia Tech could lose to Georgia, but that's not a conference game.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
Now, here's what would be wild is if Georgia Tech, let's say Georgia just pounds them, right? Which I would expect to happen, especially since Georgia Tech gave up home field advantage and moved that game for money to the Mercedes-Benz Dome. That's going to feel like a road game. It's going to be 75-25 red-black in there.
Yeah. And before Georgia, it's NC State, Boston College, and Pitt. Yeah. Georgia Tech should not lose one of those games.
They might lose to
Pitt might give them. Where is that game?
That's at Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
Pitt can spoil a lot of people's season, man. They play Notre Dame, too.
Is that Nut still coaching them?
Yeah.
Or is it Narduzzi?
Yep.
Notre Dame stubs their toe for Tennessee. Because if Notre Dame stubs their toe, no 9-3 team is getting in over into SEC team, period.
Roberto, you're breaking up on us, man. Appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435. Did he have somebody hand him Rick Barnes' phone? That was kind of a fade out.
Bad cell technology. Maybe just got caught in bad cell.
I like the schedule merchants. I want to be a schedule merchant.
Are we not
No.
kind of an SEC schedule merchant? If you compare it to the other SEC teams,
that's a fair point.
Are we not?
Where we got really hosed this year on our non-conference was Peanut Butter and Jelly getting hurt because they looked like a really decent team even after we beat them, and then I guess they've fallen apart since then.
They're 3-5.
Yeah. So
BYU's got a big test, not this weekend. They're off this weekend, next weekend at Texas Tech. That will be a huge game.
I bet they'll win. Texas Tech lost their quarterback. Did you guys see that?
No, but I did see from Old Row on Twitter that somebody took a picture of Arch Manning getting pulled over. They said, is he transferring to Georgia?
When?
I don't know what the picture's from, but it was just posted today.
Oh, because he was completely
He's talking to the police.
He was completely concussed.
You think he's driving in concussion? Maybe that's why he got pulled over. He doesn't know what he's doing. He shouldn't be driving.
Probably not. I would imagine they had somebody watching him Saturday night. He was all. I thought he was knocked out completely, but became readily apparent when he started trying to get up.
He was all googly eyed.
Yeah, he couldn't control it. He had no motor control, or not a lot of motor control. He's very unsteady on his feet. Got popped in the back of the head.
Got to protect your quarterback.
What's going to happen if he can't go this weekend and that backup just looks like is just an Iron Man back there?
Man.
I think the book's out on Arch.
What a story.
I don't think people would.
What a story.
Be surprised
if the backup quarterback leads them to a big win over unbeaten or Vanderbilt.
So one loss Vanderbilt?
One loss Vanderbilt. Yep.
Hopefully soon to be a 2-loss Vanderbilt team. I would really hate it if anything happened to Diego Pavia.
Are you calling for a harvesting?
Not yet.
I wouldn't mind if he's a little beat up here in these games. If he came in like AC joint, kind of sore, ankle twisted around a little bit, a little hobbled,
Yeah. I don't know. I'd love for Joseph's or one of our other maniacs to get a free shot at him.
It's just going to be weird if it goes according to plan and that's the huge game that it could be, that treating that as a big game. That's never happened in my, almost 40 years of being a Tennessee fan.
There have been close games to Vanderbilt. We've even lost to Vanderbilt, but it's always an upset. Like there's never – I can't remember a time when both teams were really good.
Yeah, and I don't think have we ever had to play spoiler? I know that back when Weidenhofer was there, we used to sweat those games, even with Peyton Manning, because of the chess match between him and Woody.
Those games were close. Then when Franklin was there, I mean, they were just better than us.
Yeah,
in 2012, they were just better.
We were coached by incompetent boobs at that time.
Quick timeout. The drive continues. Coming up, we'll find out who's on the docket. More of your phone calls as well. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to chime in today. 966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Join Fan Run Radio for a super spooky Halloween party at Calhoun's on the River this Friday starting at 11 a.m. Tony Basilio will be broadcasting live from the deck from 11 to 1, followed by William Pattison and the Playbook from 1 to 3, and The Drive from 3 to 6. Stop by for lunch or dinner and sign up for the Fan Run Box, which we'll be giving away at 6 p.m. live on the air. It's the Dark Mode Can't Miss Halloween special that'll have you more scared than John Mateer trying to get away from Josh Josephs in front of 100,000. Halloween, live from the iconic Calhoun's on the River this Friday. Be there.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor.
Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Same year, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was alleged to have manipulated his performance in an NBA game as part of a gambling scheme. He was facing an $8 million tax lien from the IRS, according to county clerk records obtained by ESPN.
He's got a lot of troubles.
Well, you got
gambling,
$8 million tax bill coming due. You might think about fixing your NBA game.
Getting in bed with the 4 of the 5 families.
He was in the middle of a $26 million contract, though.
It's like, yeah, but those guys,
I know,
they spend that money, man. They don't save it. It's like, whoa, what do you mean I got taxes?
I remember Lenny Dykstra. He's broke now, and he said he had an addiction to private air travel.
It happens.
Private air travel.
You can't expect males to be riding coach with the rest of us.
I mean, I don't think it's safe for the rest of us. I mean, he's known. He's on the Mount Rushmore of meatheads.
Yeah. Well, he's a broke meathead at this point.
Meanwhile, a $180,000 Range Rover customized for Shaquille O'Neal was stolen in Georgia earlier this month, and law enforcement is still on the hunt for it. Have you seen Shaq's Range Rover? The Lumpkin County Sheriff's Office in Northeast Georgia said investigators believe the SUV was taken from a local fabrication business and brought to the metro Atlanta area last week. The car was supposed to be transported to Baton Rouge for the basketball star to use while he was in town for the LSU game, but it never arrived.
I think it's probably on some kind of container on a ship.
People just live in a different world, man. Like,
I'm sure he's got spares.
Somebody ship my car to another city because I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. I want to drive. I'm not going to just rent a car.
I can't imagine.
I guess if you're Shaq, it's finding a vehicle to fit.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Imagine he had to even, I would say he probably had to have his Range Rover customized.
Car was being customized for O'Neal's 7'1" height, among other upgrades. Effortless Motors is offering $10,000 for any information that could help investigators find the vehicle.
Kareem used to remember this, Bob? He was a spokesperson for Volkswagen. You remember that commercial where Kareem could fit in the old Volkswagen Rabbit?
I don't remember it, but
yeah,
I had a Rabbit back in the day.
I did as well. Those are great cars.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Puttering around L.A.
You guys are old.
Clown.
Old. You ain't that much younger than us, buddy.
The majority owners of the Dallas Mavericks filed a suit today against the Dallas Stars ownership, accusing the franchise of breaching its lease and blocking long overdue upgrades to American Airlines Center. Dallas Sports Group said the improvements are critical. I said critical.
It's critical.
Thank you. To preserving the fan experience and the venue's future. CBS News Texas has reached out to Stars ownership for comment, but has not received a response.
What are the upgrades they want to put in? Did it say, specifically?
Good question. Scanning the story. Probably should have read it before I just started yapping about it on the air, but here we are. It doesn't really say, Walker. Doesn't really say. I just...
Those, arguments between teams sharing an arena can get ugly if you're not careful.
Well, you got a hockey team and a basketball team. And they play, their schedules overlap, so everybody's got to have their own locker room. Mm-hmm. And then you have visiting locker rooms. So you got 3 or 4 locker rooms in there, and then you got the ice. It's always difficult when you have ice on the floor.
Yeah, ice is tough. That would definitely throw a monkey wrench into the upgrades. Ice.
So the Mavs and the Stars going at it over the arena there in Dallas. That is the docket, brought to you by the law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you need legal expertise, he's a quick, free, easy phone call away. 865-801-9250. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you've gotten DUI. Maybe you need help filing for bankruptcy. Jerry can help you navigate those choppy waters when life gets difficult. As always, the phone call is free. The advice is free. So what do you have to lose? Call Jerry, 865-801-9250, or visit his website, jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on. Matty Ice is next. What's up, Matt?
I've got a funny story about the Mavs and Stars, if you got a second. So, Russell, before Stars games, they will say Stars like really loud during the national anthem when they mention,
Yeah.
What's interesting is when we got Cooper Flag, they fans decided they were going to, embrace Cooper Flag and would take his last name, Flag, and put it into the song. But what the problem was, when they did it for the very first time, the Dallas Mavericks announcer had to pause and say, I apologize. They are saying a profane word that the LGBTQ community would not be proud of. So there's a laugh in that somewhere.
The first time I ever saw that or experienced that, I was at the fan bases putting something into the home of the Chiefs or whatever. And I was at the Peach Bowl that year. Tennessee played Maryland. They just kicked the crap out of us. And a bunch of Terrapins fans down there. And they do, what do they do, Bob? It's like, o'er the land, and they all go, O's, when they get to o'er the land of the free or whatever.
Yeah.
For the Orioles.
The Orioles.
And I had no idea. I'm like, what? What just happened? Why is everybody screaming during the anthem? That's not cool. Somebody had to tell me. It's like, oh, that's a Maryland thing.
Yeah. Well, the Stars and Mavs have enough drama on their own. It's just a chaos down here in the city of Dallas. But got a question for you all, and I'll make it quick here. A lot of us have been harping on the defense, rightfully so, this year. But I had a question for you all in regards to Tim Banks. There's been a couple of passings in Loop where he's had head coaching opportunities, and they just haven't happened. And here's my question to you all. We've watched Coach Heupel promote from within, and so my question to you all is, so many of us want Banks gone, whether that's for the right reason or wrong reason. But, it's a foregone conclusion, I would suspect, that if and when Tim Banks goes on and does better things with his life, we're just going to promote within. Coach Ing is probably who Josh Heupel would probably promote. And that's just my question to you all, is if Tim Banks were not on this staff, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion from that perspective. And I'll hang up and listen. Thanks as always, boys. Go Vols.
Thank you, Matt. I got to be honest, guys, when we were having the conversation with Blake about Brent Venables and his tenuous status as Oklahoma's coach, if their season went into a tailspin and their administration decided we're going to fire our coach too, and Brent Venables is just out there, name me a better defensive mind in college football right now than Brent Venables. Kirby Smart's about it, right?
That's what I was going to say, Kirby.
So, I'm with the caller. I don't think that Josh Heupel, he's never fired anybody. But if you're Danny White, do you step in and say, look, we have a chance to make an obvious upgrade. Right. I realize that you don't want to do it. You're uncomfortable. But as your superior, it's neglectful if I don't step in. We're doing this.
We could hope. This was a quote from Venables, I think earlier today, where he's talking about Heupel. He said, and I quote, "He's really good. He's got great instincts. He understands his personnel. He understands defense as much as he understands offense." I don't know about that. He's always evolved. But my point is there's always so much, because these guys are friends, there's always so much glazing
each other before the game.
Yes. Yeah. But Maybe Brent's kind of like, I don't know, I should just cover my
laying
bases here.
laying the frame. Well, Heupel loves to collect these Oklahoma guys, man. I mean, we've got at least 5 of them on our staff.
That's why I wonder if they blew Venables out. What if they came after Heupel? My other question is this, because I've thought about this morning. What if Heupel could play Tennessee's defense? How many do you think Heupel could put on our defense?
Do you see the orange and white game?
Yeah, but I'm talking like a true, like,
I don't know, man. I think the comment about him understanding defense is more from an offensive perspective.
Right, exactly. And his personnel is his players. It's not his. I was trying to read through the subtext and think, maybe he means his coaches, because that's not true.
Is this a pipe dream, though, like pushing Banks out if Venables becomes available?
Probably. I mean, I'm afraid. Are we just going to have to wait for Banks to get another job?
Well, the other side, does it eventually drag Heupel down?
Yeah.
Like I don't think we're there yet. Certainly this year, I don't think we are next year. But as we have seen with Franklin and Kelly, things escalate in a hurry.
Yeah.
In this sport. And like Lane Kiffin was saying yesterday, I mean, that's the other part of his rant that, people, it was his response to a different question. They were asking him about Brian Kelly and just his thoughts on LSU making that move. And he brought up the point that the buyouts are ridiculous, but everybody's watching and enamored with Texas A&M right now and the success that they're having. And some of these schools might be looking at A&M and saying, well, they paid the buyout to end all buyouts, $70 million. Nobody's talking about one of those. Yeah. And I know it's A&M. They've got a different financial situation down there, but they went ahead and bit that bullet. We all thought they were crazy. Well, look at them now. And so, and we live in a copycat society, and people say like, well, they did it. We can do it. So let's just go ahead and do it.
They didn't go out and try and go flash. I mean, they tried to get Stoops, and then their fans shut that down. But I mean, Mike Elko from Duke. He was definitely, his star was on the rise, but it's not like Florida and LSU are like all in on Kiffin. I don't even know if Kiffin's going to leave, and they both can't get him. But if Heupel just suddenly tomorrow wasn't here, there's a significant chunk of our fans that would want Kiffin here, even after all he did.
Elko's been a bargain for A&M. Never saw that coming. I mean, I think he's a good coach, but I didn't expect him to be top 3 in his halfway through his second season here.
Somebody asked, it was I cannot remember the name of the show, on a like a streaming show, what A&M was going to do if anybody came after Elko, and the host was like,
money whip him.
How are you going to money whip Mike Elko away from? I think they've got the second biggest endowment in the country behind Harvard.
But can you win there? I know that sounds stupid because of the money, but nobody's ever done it.
He's not tripped up yet. He had a good year last year, and then
keep waiting for it though.
Yeah, I know.
Is it going to happen?
I don't know.
Do we go down there next year?
I think
Is that one of our road games down there?
Are they going to finally be able to throw the Texas monkey off their back?
Yeah, beat Big Brother? They got to go there this year.
Yeah, on paper, they are so much better than that Texas team.
Game ain't played on paper, Bear.
Who would you rather have? I'll give you a choice, Marcel Reed or Arch Manning right now.
Oh. Who would you rather have, Marcel Reed or Joey Aguilar?
Joey Aguilar, but Aguilar's statistically one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Reed's pretty good, man.
He is.
He's pretty good.
He is.
Joey's just crafty veteran. He's got that intangible.
I mean, I'm just looking. I mean, Marcel Reed he's 4th in the SEC in passing yards. I mean, Joey's at the top, but Reed's not having a bad season at all.
I think Marcel's ceiling's higher.
I agree. Because he's also a run threat too. He was a run threat last season. This year, he's got it going with the passing as well. So yeah, he's
You find it weird that the 9th or 10th ranked quarterback in the SEC is politicking for the Heisman Trophy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Who's politicking for the Heisman Trophy?
Diego Pavia.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
He's like 9th in the SEC.
In yards, right?
Yards.
I know he's not the 9th or 10th best in quarterback. He's in that conference. He's better than that.
Should we bring Marcel Reed home and see if we can money whip him? The mid-state kid, right? MBA?
Yeah, we probably should have.
Seems awfully happy, man.
Probably should have gotten him. It's going to be hard to get anybody away from like A&M. I'll tell you, those Texas schools, just because they've got ridiculous money. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. It's my understanding if you're a scholarship player in one of the major sports like at SMU, you start off with $50,000 a year. Is your base pay.
It's a good starting salary.
I'd take it. You offering?
$50,000 for this?
For what I do for you?
$50,000?
Sure.
A year?
Yeah.
I thought you made more than that.
Little bennies.
Quick timeout. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up next. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435 is your phone number to get on the show. 966-3435. Back to wrap things up after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronakville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronakville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Guys, like you want to get off death row? Huh? Let us inject you full of
AIDS, herpes.
Yeah, all these crazy diseases and see what happens for science. I mean, you could put that on TV, charge pay-per-view. You want to talk about clearing up the national debt.
You can make a movie.
See, I mean, this is the kind of thing like if I were president, we'd have a lot of our problems straightened out pronto.
There'd be a place in my administration.
Big ideas
in
like
your
that.
administration for me.
Director of Science.
Thank you, sir. Surgeon General.
Oh, God.
Texas Tim is next. What's up, Tim? Tim, you there? Tim going once.
He was there. Tim
going
phone.
twice. We have been rendered Timless.
Unmuted.
Hey, he was on mute.
Wow. At the buzzer.
Rookie
That's why you
move.
got to tell him.
They're probably sending those monkeys to Vanderbilt Medical Center.
I was wondering. I was like, did the monkey make its way from Mississippi to Texas? Is Tim in danger?
Well, I've got to drive through Mississippi tomorrow thanks to the shutdown. I can't trust to fly to Houston, so I'll take I-55. I'll stay away from 59. But
you want to hear something funny? Like, I was actually alerted to this story in my family group text because my brother Ed and his family live in Mississippi. And he was just posting this because I guess it's probably big news down there. Of course, my mom, ever the dutiful mother / grandma, said, "Oh, yeah, don't let your daughter outside to play." Like, it earnestly is like advising him.
Yeah.
We don't want.
Well, you can't. That's the thing you're talking about, the payola for the Texas schools. I mean, I'm an engineer from University of Tennessee, but you can't beat the pay in Texas, man. They pay double. That's why I travel down here and work and then head back to Nashville when I can. I mean, it's double what you can make anywhere else. So,
where are you at in Texas?
I work near maybe an hour from Houston at one of the LNG facilities that we're building to export the liquefied natural gas since they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. I mean, it's enough work for a lifetime. But
I know what some of those words mean.
Thanks to you guys and Panzika, I can keep touch with home.
Very cool.
And we appreciate you guys being on the air and making us feel like we're not so far away.
Well, thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. We appreciate you listening and always thrilled to talk to. We're blown up in the Lone Star State. Also, this is our second call from down there, and we got a couple of regulars now calling in from the great state of Texas.
True. We're big in Luxembourg, is what I've heard. Drive us.
Okay.
Love to see those analytics.
All right. Well, go do your shocking conclusion. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. I don't really have a shock. That's kind of it.
I don't know. Monkeys are pretty shocking.
Yeah.
I tried to bring this to the table. A new guy had me second guessing myself. Told me it was a fake story.
You were the one that asked me, "Hey, is this AI?" And I'm like, I mean, if I had to guess,
160,000 followers.
If I had to put money on it, I would have said AI.
Well, it's good to know that the editorial desk remains vigilant here at Fan Run Radio.
Well, after the debacle when I was in California with Bob and Walker getting got
one time,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. You would rather
it was epic though.
You would rather assume AI and it not be AI than not assume it's AI and it be AI.
It's like we were talking about earlier. You really now more than ever have to keep your head on a swivel. I see people getting fooled by the no 3 sports instead of on 3 sports.
Yeah.
Just
happens
left
to the
and
best
right,
of
man.
them.
Yeah.
It happens.
I mean, I know I didn't get got by mustard tosser, but
Bob, I didn't get got by him. All I did was come in here and tell you guys, hey, somebody on the boards are saying that your mama
sounds like you're describing getting got by mustard tosser.
I didn't do it on air like you did with.
That's exactly what you did.
Vulcan.
If Bear was an NBA fan, he would be eating up everything NBA Centel puts out on Twitter.
That's true.
That'd be his main news source.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I think we've made it through without any major disasters, so probably a good time to go ahead and pull the plug on this one. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Walker. Thank you, Bear. My name is Russell. Thank you for tuning into the show this afternoon. We'll be back to do it again tomorrow. Same time, 3 to 6, right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Are you tired of spending hours